up here in the tower. So again, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, if it weren't for moms, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
see
absolutely.
Chat now.
And
are we here?
Hey.
all right, so again, speaking of moms, take care of those kids. We got the kids ABC book. I don't know if you have seen this yet, but start them young. C is for good boy. D is for drifting. Get
Holy
it?
hell, this
ABC
technology thing
Drift.
sucks.
Formula Drift Edition, brought to you by the Fast Kids
All right, we're
Club.
here.
Eat, sleep, praise.
made it.
You guys are gonna have to give us a minute. Let me know about audio levels and all that stuff in the chat, please. I only have Austin here for about 5 more minutes to get us set up, and then if something happens, then we're completely screwed. So, all right. Okay. You guys are gonna have to give us a minute. Let me know about audio levels and all that stuff in the chat, please. I only have Austin here for about. Like the input from my screen and it's lag. You see what's happening?
I don't hear it anymore.
We're about to live streamception, boys. We're live streaming a live stream. No audio when full screen. You see what's happening?
Okay, just give me a second.
No audio when full screen.
Big initiation there for Frederick Osborne. That was proper execution. Whoa, are you kidding me? Look at that. Oswald starts to walk him. James
Hang in there, boys
window of opportunity here for Frederick Osborne.
and girls.
James Dean gets the win. That was awesome. The sun is setting here at Road Atlanta. This is Type S Road to the Championship.
Testing. I can still kind of hear the. I can hear the YouTube lag from our stream echoing in the headphones.
I can hear it. So yeah, about 20 seconds after.
Got it. Okay. Can you turn that off completely? Like turn it down all the way on the board? I can hear the YouTube lag from our. Can you guys hear the echo?
It starts in Long Beach, ends in Irwindale, and everything in between. It is a drift sandwich. It's smoke-filled, not jelly-filled.
Can you turn that
I'm Jared
off
Deanna.
completely?
Joining me once again,
Like turn it down all the way on the board?
Joining me the entirety of this season. He hosts the Outer Zone podcast. They are risking it for the biscuit, not the drivers, the
Can you
fans
guys
as
hear the
well.
echo?
They're having fun. This is where that signature red clay meets the asphalt, the kitty litter, the grass, and the enthusiasm of Formula Drift. So super excited to have y'all here. Thank you so much. We have our judges. They are ready, poised. We had an amazing round one. I'm Jared Deanna. Jacob gets here, the boy in the beanie blue right here, the Canadian one. So thank you so much for joining us, Jacob. Starting Thursday, here we are. We saw an amazing prospect round. Little wet, but perfect weather. The cars are ready. But what are you expecting?
Not rerunning.
Absolute mayhem. This track, it shows everything.
Oh no, I already called Reese. I already knew that Matt and LZ weren't coming out. I already knew it.
Inside info.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get better from here.
Round of 32, it went down. James Dean,
Now, did you ask him what his reasoning was?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into it. I'm sure the chat's gonna blow me up on what my input is.
Who is on
already
a
knew
roll.
it.
He's a 3-time champion. He wants to get another one. Who do we have here?
Now we've got Adam talking about, who did what. Much contact. Adam LZ getting on social media, talking about it there. We've got interviews, we've got everything, but at the end of the day, Matt Field is moving on.
Do what?
And Matt Field's moving on. That's it.
And he's a championship contender.
Yep.
Like you said, controversy. Boom, Simon Olsen shuts it down. Eventually, Simon fixes his car after 15 minutes? Yeah, so. Turk, whoop, exit sideways.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of Ryan Turk. You can see here he talks about it with his interview with Lorette, where he's not even sure what's going on. Doesn't
Power
know how it
steering.
happened.
Power steering.
That'll do it. He's
Yeah.
got big arms, but they're not big enough for that.
Odi Bakshis, Dimitri Brutsky, talking about Odi Bakshis, who got 3rd in Long Beach. He is always a bridesmaid, never a bride. He wants to get married to that championship trophy, put down a run, and then in the second run, Dimitri Brutsky absolutely sends it into the kitty litter. Odi Bakshis moves on.
Now we get into Rome Charpentier, and you can see that contact splits the wheel off to the side, shoots him off in the kitty litter, bangs his elbow off something. Not sure if they can get the car back together. They use their timeouts to get it just mangled back in, just enough so he can get through the loop and moves on to their top 16.
This is where we're at, the 16. So James Dean versus Hughes, Field versus Jones, Gucci and Wang, Osmo Taguchi, Olsen versus Castro, Robbins versus Burkett.
It's okay, dude.
And then finally,
I don't do
we're
this.
gonna see RCP versus
Carter's not here to save us.
Forsberg. That is how and where we are and how we got here exactly. So you can see how much rubber has been
Are we
laid
good now?
down. The conditions are gonna change when the sun drops, the temperature drops. It's gonna get stickier. We saw that last night with Prospect.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, sick. Is
the
volume for the FD Live good?
Here we go. One car leads, one car chases. James Dean, the higher qualifying driver, because he is our current points leader. James the Machine Dean will lead. Dylan the Dozer Hughes in the chase position. James Dean, that Ford Mustang, coming to that first front clip. Whoa! Lifting that front tire once again. You can see how loose that suspension is. Dylan the Dozer Hughes, he's going to try to chase him down. But James Dean, masterclass, puts it right there in that second outside zone. That's the inside.
Dylan
clip.
pinched
That's the second
himself.
inside clip. Out here, that is
He lost the run out of the keyhole.
Coming back down the hill. The first inside clip is the last inside
It's so
clip.
hard to keep up with those
James Dean
cars
with him
up
knocking
the hill
over him
and down
or
the hill.
Dylan. Again, you just have to go up your muscle memory right there. There
So
we go. We are
FD
one
sound
half
is a
of the battle.
tad low. We can
16
turn it up a
here in
little
Atlanta.
bit if you guys want.
Three-time champion James Dean showing us how it's done very early. You can see that just touching
Got
that
it.
clip, knocking it out of the way as they start to come up the hill in the first outside zone. Needs to fill all that. Little bit of a left foot brake, getting into the second outside zone, filling all of that as you can
Good to
see
go.
by the lines on the ground. Hits that touch and go. Dylan Hughes following in behind, wanting to mirror the angle, get as close as he can.
Don't worry, guys.
Keep
My
that
grandma just texted me and said the audio is
We're
good.
off to an amazing start.
Yeah, I think that's a great, good, clean way there.
Thank you, brother.
I think Dylan Hughes, to be quite honest, he's going to need to rise to the occasion. He knows who he's going against. He gave him a lot of respect.
Do you
with
guys,
the interview says, James Dean,
do you
never
guys
heard of
want
him.
me
Says
to
he
switch
he knows how well
like
he
this
can drive. He
between
respects
full
them,
screen
but,
when we're
doggone
talking?
it,
Go back
you
and
love
forth?
him, but you want to beat him.
Yeah, James Dean, I mean, he's
I can switch
arguably
it
one
here.
of the greatest of all time,
Yep.
if not the greatest of all time. But Dylan Hughes,
At least
a fast
switch back so
up-and-coming
we can
star.
see it.
He has knocked some giants out of the water.
Absolutely.
That might happen here.
Yep. All right, Dylan Dozer Hughes will lead that royal purple O'Reilly Auto Parts GT Radial BMW. James Dean tip to tail with that AutoZone Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. Whoa,
Ooh,
James.
little
He
contact.
gets-
Yeah.
oh, with Dylan Hughes, but Dylan Hughes takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Going that first outside zone, that rumble strip. Going to the second. Oh, he puts that back tire in. Now again, deduction, not an incomplete. Dip that one back left tire. James Dean, he does have good proximity, good transition. Dylan Hughes, very fluid. Wraps it around that last inside clip. Let's elaborate on one more time. Not saying this is, not saying this is a one more time, but just saying when we see it one more time, it's based off of we'd rather
So
see
I
a
actually
good
have
run
to
of
switch
reward.
it during the
We wanna
battles
see him
because we're
again as
watching
opposed
TV
to
up there.
not a good
And if it's really small, then me and Matt can't
I
see.
can't see the replay now.
By the way, just so you guys know, this is Matt Turner. This is my crew chief and spotter from the last couple years. He's going to sit in, give you guys some input. If you guys have any questions for him as well about just like runability of the show, he has good information. And yeah, we're just going to hang out, bullshit, order a pizza probably at some point. So,
Pumped to be here.
yeah.
Sucks to not be in Atlanta.
I know, it sucks. This is the best track ever. Everything about it's so good.
This might be the one I miss the most.
Dylan Hughes powers through it.
And the
Keeps
weather's
going.
perfect there right now.
And you can see as they come up the hill here, James Dean again mirroring almost perfectly the same line and angle that Dylan Hughes has got, but not the same proximity, not as close.
What?
So you need to have all three. You're trying to
hell yeah.
balance.
Awesome guys with the
making sure that
pizza.
you look exactly like the driver in front of you while also being as close to the driver in front of you.
sick.
And interestingly enough, James Dean is running a right-hand drive Ford Mustang. Here's our K&N keys to victory. quick and dynamic initiation
All right.
on the throttle.
I'm loud.
Before inside clip 1.
It's our typical radio issues.
All right, I gotta
set
repost
for
the link
outside
now,
zone
'cause
2. That's going into the
I
horseshoe.
turned it off.
And don't cut the line exiting
All
the
right.
keyhole or the horseshoe. So when you go past that second inside clip, that's right in the
Okay,
keyhole.
are they gonna knock
you'll
on the
see
door?
a
They come in.
green cone. Now that's just a course indicator. That is not a clip. You want to see a good
Okay,
blue
I won't
line.
hear them at all.
Don't beeline it and get into the grass. But it's not going to hurt you, but it could hurt you even
Leave a
more,
note.
depending on how deep you go into the grass.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's room here for mistakes. We have rumble strips that go on multiple sides of the track.
All right, bye. Thank you.
And you can utilize them, but it's not a great idea. It has a
I'm gonna
tendency
repost the
to
link
tear
for y'all
the
guys 'cause I
tire
deleted
right off
it.
the wheel, so you have to be very careful.
Here we go, Jacob. Slide him left for James. Slide him
Ugh,
right
I
for
saw that
Dylan
coming.
Hughes.
Rough
James gets
one.
vote,
Yep.
2 votes.
That's a hard
James,
pull,
the
though, dude.
Machine Dean
Yeah.
gets the win
Good.
unanimously.
That's a
James
hard
Dean
pull.
Hard to keep
gets
up with
it
him up
done.
the hill.
Dylan Hughes
A
knocks
little bit of
out.
contact
He
isn't
knew he
gonna
was going against.
sway anything.
I
Yeah,
have to assume just
absolutely.
the
Let's see. I'm
tightness and also
gonna
the chase
I gotta
of
do
James
this.
Dean,
I gotta do
talking
this.
to the judges, Brian, Robbie, Reese. Just tightness,
Share.
was it?
Dude, so many
Reese,
things
Robbie,
to
just
do.
the tidiness of James on that chase.
Carter's
What
not
was the big
here.
standout moments for you?
Unfortunately, he
Don't
had
know.
some things to do, so we
Yeah,
don't have
put your
anyone in the
headset on. Why
background
not?
controlling
As we get
everything
Frank from
for
Matt
us.
Field and Jeff Jones
But it's
gets some
okay.
insight from the judges. Talking to Reese Marin. What's up?
In the chase lead when Dylan was leading, we noticed that he went off in outer zone 2 tires, or he just went off course. It let James Dean off. James did hit the inner clip in the lead as well, but ultimately we compare the two and you compare the proximity that James had leading, chasing Dylan, we just went ahead and gave it to James Dean.
Yeah. All right. So our here we got Reese Marin joining us in the Formula Drift judging panel. Then we got Robin Ishida. He's in the middle now, but Brian Eggert there on the other side. So Brian Eggert, Robin Ishida, Reese Marin are 3 judges. Hey, bud, what's going on? There you
All right,
go.
boys, I'm here.
Let's get ready. We got Jeff Jones, Matt Field. This should be one
Yeah,
heck of a
LZ
battle.
questions
Two
already.
very
I know.
aggressive
We'll get to it, guys. When there's a, I promise,
Like he's just-
when there's a big crash or something,
He's got something to prove.
we'll
He
run
wants
through
to
that
say
whole
hey,
situation.
I don't care what happened earlier. I'm going to throw it down for my town. Talking about the Bay Area, the beast of the Bay. That first inside clip takes out that inside clip. That four legs off, heat wave, lead customs, a little bit of shimmy there.
Matt with a
Into
bobble,
that first outside
super
zone.
good fill at the top of the hill.
He feels all of that coming down into that second inside clip, coming down the hill, and you can see the elevation change there when they come back down the hill into.
Oh, and then
what
Jeffy
is
got
the
pulled.
last clip. There goes Jeff
Getting
Jones.
rid
You can see
of
quite a
the
departure there from Field
touch and go
Jeff
makes it so
Jones.
much better.
Down the hill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
feels
absolutely.
Like really
You just
gripped up.
stand
Now,
on
this could be a
throttle
part
coming out of the
kind
keyhole.
of some strategy,
Honestly,
or
the
just part of
best
track
thing,
going down, but
the thing that I
Dylan
love
gets
to do
initiation,
as a
really
lead
gets
car
that
at
inside
Atlanta was
clip
coming
now.
through the
Now we see
keyhole
the proximity
and then
Jeff
just
Jones starts to power
giving
up
them the
that hill
homie
second.
line out of the
Or sorry,
keyhole and
first
just
inside
running
zone.
wide down the hill, and then it sets you up perfectly to transition up the hill with a bunch of speed. It takes away the variable of you going into that left side wall.
It was harder to get to the touch and go then.
Yeah, but we didn't have touch and go last year.
Yeah, we did.
I thought they just wanted mid. Oh, we did, but my car had enough drive. I could drive into it. But it also, like, if you went wide there out of the keyhole before where the touch and go would be, it really pointed people out. Like, if they were too far on the inside and they chopped the line, if you're wide, they're in no man's land on the inside, and it looks really bad on them. But also the homie line makes it to where they can poke out of the smoke and, like, tuck in really easily. But
what's the issue? Hopefully, maybe Lorette will find out. He is deep back there, quite a bit. So we will find out what goes on with Matt Field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is Type S Road to the Championship. We're 1.5 battles in.
Wow.
Top 16.
The commercial
All right,
already?
Presented by AutoZone. Don't go anywhere.
What?
We'll be right back here at Road to Atlanta.
Someone call a 5?
looks like it. They're like, timeout, now talk about it. All right. Did you watch the LZ and Matt battle?
I did.
You did?
I did.
What do you think? I'll get your thoughts first.
Man, that's tough. I think
Because they're not gonna like my answer. So we'll get yours first.
I think it was. It's tough. He shouldn't have stopped. He should have just kept going. You can't get out of the throttle. It doesn't. You just gave up. It doesn't work like that. You can't leave it up to the judges. We already know that shit doesn't work.
You never put it in the judge's hands.
You
So
can't do it.
obviously Adam was at an advantage because Matt blew it coming up the hill. Based on the current rules now, you have to be straight for what they deem 2 seconds-ish or whatever. Austin's telling you to talk into the mic. Like, hold it closer to your mouth.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah. So Matt obviously was at a deficit, but he wasn't at a 0 position because they don't really exist now. But from what the judges could see and what I could see, when Matt impeded Adam's transition as a driver in my position, it looked savable. I understand he posted the in-car, and it did kind of catch him off guard, and the car wanted to snap a little bit, so he lifted. But the fact that he admitted that he shut down to put it in the judge's hands, that's where he messed up in my eyes, because if he would have just clutched out and tried to transition, if Matt really was holding him back that hard, if the car would have snapped and spun, he should have done that and let him spin, and the judges would have gone in his favor. And it would have basically, it would have proved that Matt was holding him up. Because he just stopped drifting, it put the judges in a hard spot and forced that call, in my opinion. So I do feel like they made the right call, but Adam should have won the battle based on the circumstances if he would have just kept drifting. And that's the controversial part of it. But I've been... There's this thing going on now where people want to, like, if they get hit, they just lift and they assume that it's going to go their way.
The other person's fault.
Right. So the way I see it is when we drive on the sim all the time, every single lap, someone doesn't let the other person transition, right? And I'm doing everything in my power to keep the car going and to continue drifting. I look at it the same way in real life. I'm going to do whatever I can to save the lap because that's my instinct.
Yeah, the transitions today, they're so close.
Yeah.
Nose to the back of the car. Like,
Yeah.
there's contact 50% of the time.
Yeah. And like, I'm not saying that Adam's right or Matt's right or whatever, but the way...
Not entirely sure when it
Oh, this is the last lap.
They got some tire stuff going on.
Yeah.
DB issue.
Yeah. I just want to finish up this Matt Millsy things. I know people are going to ask about it even throughout the chat when they come back in, but I feel like the call was fair based on the circumstances, and I hope that, like, less people are going to bow out hoping that they get the right call, because we know that in this sport you get some good calls, you get some bad calls. In my opinion, you got to just roll with it for the sake of the show. And it sucks that it became controversial like that, but I don't disagree with it.
I don't either.
So if you hate me, I'm sorry, but that's my point of view.
If he would have stayed on throttle, it would have went the other way.
Dude, Wills with that big country lab stuff?
Yeah. Adam saying reason for letting off was at front rad. Well, I mean, that's kind of part of the gig. Like, these cars get destroyed. If he would have stayed in the throttle and spun around on the gas, if Matt might have hit him, sure. But it would have proved that he got caught up. And Matt could have very well stopped before he would have hit him. Like, you can't predict what was going to happen. In my opinion, hammer down, stay on the gas, and see what happens. Like, that's always going to be the best outcome for me.
Free shrugs. Look at Greg Bussell down there crying. Oh man, we got Team Rowdy.
Also, it does suck. Like, this is the thing that sucks for me is Adam. I'm not faulting Adam for explaining himself on his socials, but he has and fighting, like, pleading his case. But like, it was bound. Like, he's gonna have his army of people thrashing FD, whether he tells them to or not. It's gonna be a lot of negative.
Well, he
impact.
told him to. He told him to talk to the judges and bring it up, and just said, "Don't go after Matt."
Yeah, he also said he doesn't fault the judges and he doesn't fault Matt for what's happening. So he went about it the right way in the wording, but he knew damn well that there was going to be a lot of controversy on the internet because of it.
Yeah, his minions, dude.
And it was going to be a lot. It was going to be a lot of thrashing on FD, which sucks because, like, FD only is doing the best they can to make this sport amazing, and they listen to us drivers and they make changes for us, and they do the best with what they can. So, like, I hate that they get so much negative energy when something like this happens, but
yeah, a lot of people don't see behind the scenes stuff.
Also, I see why,
as much as we bitch at them, but
yeah,
you know.
I see the why not make it a one more time, and I wouldn't have been mad if it went one more time as well, because I'm not a fan of judging it off of one lap, which it sounds like they wanted to judge it off of just the lead run between Matt.
Yeah, they basically did, 'cause they both zeroed at that point.
And judging a lead and a chase together, I don't agree with ever having to do that, and it happened in Long Beach, and it kind of sucks when it's in that position. So I wouldn't have been mad at them rerunning, but the fact there's no protest in the 32 to keep the show going, just kind of like a compounding thing, but it kind of is what it is at this point.
Look at things like, Top Fuel drag racing.
People take note.
That engine after,
Yeah, I hope people just stay in the throttle forever.
Don't
Like if you're getting pushed the wrong way and you're trying to steer out and you unload the clutch, and if it goes haywire and you spin or crash or whatever, at least it proves that like you were being impeded or there was a problem. Like don't leave it up to the judges in any aspect. Thank you. Our pizza just got here. Sick.
Yeah, to destroy a drivetrain just by slamming your foot into the clutch over and over again. They get hot, they get bumped around, they go through the dirt. It's a mix of rally and everything. It's
That's just the internet, man.
Yeah, the internet's tough with this, dude.
That's.
I feel like we've missed something.
It's slightly embarrassing. You're just like, gosh,
something's going on.
Yeah, I know. I'm blowing it.
It's really tough. There goes Matt Field past them, and this is the drivers' championship. We're only one round in as far as points finished, right? Obviously, here we are, round 2 of 8.
I'm trying to scroll the chat here. It kind of cuts off a little bit, but I'm reading.
My wife just texted me and said that I don't follow you on YouTube, so she has to screen share it from her phone.
What? It should she just be able to? She should be able to go to it.
I know.
No. Whatever. What are your thoughts on the no protest rule? No protest rule is amazing.
Best
I love
thing
it
ever.
Because
we've never protested.
We've never protested.
You don't even give me.
Hold on.
What? Byron.
That lost him an entire,
Yeah, and that's why I think Von Gittin Jr. flopped. Anyway.
Oh, so Gucci broke.
He's got that party shop Max going for gold, but again, great looking car. And guess what?
Wasn't it Jones?
Oh, was it Jones or Gucci? I wasn't paying attention. I was talking about this battle.
And there we go. Matt Field will advance on into the Great 8.
I got a feeling that supercharger's working just fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, we never even. I didn't carry cash for a protest.
Oh, they said Jones beating.
I didn't even carry a form.
Yeah, we got really close to thinking about it. We got really close,
running all over.
really
Atlanta.
close to thinking about protesting one time, and still did not do it because, like, protests only. It got to the point where people wanted to nitpick the rule book, and they wanted to find any possible idea that they could to protest something to advance themselves in the battle or in the bracket, and I feel like it was really hurting the show because it got to the point where like we were waiting so much for protests, and the judges and everyone in the tower were like getting hammered on by all these spotters for all these little reasons, and people were trying to take advantage of the rule book in the wrong way, and the spirit of the rule wasn't coming through correctly, I feel. So I think having no protests is way better for the sport and the runability of the show. There's many times where I felt like I got the wrong call, but I didn't want to hold the show up, and I would much rather have been in a position where I would just explain myself to the judges after the event, and if they felt like they were wrong, then they would just award me the championship points, and I would just let it be. I'd be cool with just taking the points and just moving on to the next round.
And that's essentially what can happen now. You can appeal after the event.
Yeah.
And get the points if they feel the call was wrong.
10 out of 10. If you even think this is right.
Okay, so Gucci had his own issue with Force Wang. Jones debated.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for keeping us on par. But yeah, feel bad for Adam, but it's racing. Like, yeah, it's just a shit situation, and everyone can learn from it. But like, it's in the end, it's a motorsport that's judged, and it's subjective in every other way. So we all love drifting, and we all want the run of the show to be as smooth as possible and create good entertainment. I look at this sport like Monster Jam. Like, no one really... People care who wins, but no one really cares who wins because you go to a Formula D event to watch the action of good driving, and in the end, that's all that matters is just good tandem and a good show, because that's what keeps everyone coming back and what keeps us to be able to do it. Yeah, exactly. So I'm all for voting what's better for the show, even if it even doesn't make it as good for me as a driver. Like, I want the show to be better. I'll deal with it on the back end because I want the sport to live.
I wish everyone had that view.
Yeah. Is what it is, dude. Some people have way more money invested than me, though, so I can see it. Our team was small.
Top 32 was nice, though. No one more times. It was like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it was done.
Yeah. If you appeal a call, does it take points away from the other? I actually don't know. I would think that it would take the points away from the other party and award them to you. Maybe, or maybe it just gives you the points of that round you missed out.
What happens if that person went on to win? Did they get those, or do they just give the person that appealed the points for up to that point?
I think they just give. It would make sense to me if they just awarded the appealer the points for that round they missed and then just called it a day. Because you can't take 100 points from the person that won it.
No.
All right, here we go. Kazuya and Osbo.
Should be good.
Yep.
Kazuya looked good in 32.
He's had a lot of success here in ATL. Here we go. Frederick Osbo, a big gap between them. Now going to that first inside clip. Kazuya slides adamant up the rise. Operated by Jerry Young Racing right here in Georgia. Into that second outside zone.
Got rolled from the start.
Yeah. Osbo's car's so fast right here down the hill and out of the keyhole right through here up the hill. I remember the last 2 years, I timed him, or you timed him, or Ron timed him, or someone, and it was like almost a second faster in that zone. Osbo's car coming out of the keyhole to the left and then up the hill. They had some setup in the car, and it was just rolling people, dude.
Yeah, Frederick Osbo here pulls a big gap on Kazuya right off the bat and then hucks a ton of angle. And you can see Kazuya not entirely
They're playing catch up.
Yeah. He also had a mistake out of the keyhole and he transitioned a little early. Looks like he tried to like chop the line and he got stuck right.
Rotated.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out what to do, trying to make up that ground.
I see you as a driver next year. I'm working on it. I'm trying to come back next year. That's the plan. Full on, that's the plan.
I mean, he just pulled right away from. And you know, the start chicane here, for what you guys, for those that are just joining us or have never seen this before, that chicane for the lead car.
Dang, dude, you got someone from the Netherlands.
So it's not a
dude, I know. There's a bunch of people in here last time too, which was sick.
They thread the needle.
I appreciate all you guys coming and hanging out.
The car on the right essentially can leave the line prior or a little bit later, but obviously you want to time it perfectly to go tip to tail and initiate almost identical at the same time. Straight line approach there for Frederick Osbo. Initiates, get to that little strip.
Because you might have like steering issues in that car or something. It's acting super weird.
Now coming up the hill, Osbo taking a shallower line, but he's still got that proximity. Good angle there from Kazuya Taguchi. But
it's not getting back on throttle.
Yeah, he has a mechanical going on.
With throttle, didn't they have a bunch of throttle issues with VQ? Or are they cable?
No, they're dual drive-by-wire. It's a VR.
Goes off to the right.
VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's another issue that's going on that manifested itself here at the end. But Kazuya Taguchi throwing a ton of angle in, almost like he shut the car off and started it up again, and then able to get through the rest of it. As we come up the hill here, Osbo, knowing that Taguchi is having problems, stays back. Through the keyhole here, starts to hunt in. You can see him.
Matt, who's going to win the event, dude?
Using his pedals, using some left foot brake, stabbing the throttle a bit, and then once Kazuya shuts it down here,
who's it going to be?
He doesn't even need to finish lap at this point. He's just
I think it's Dean's event.
Getting some reps in.
You think so?
Yeah.
James?
Yeah.
Clearly fighting some sort of problem.
He's gonna have to get through Osbo.
He's gonna have to get through Osbo.
In the 8. No. 4.
I should have just pulled up a bracket, but I'm not sure who's on what side. But Odie's cars are super fast. Yeah. Oh, dude, our pizza's up there.
Go get it.
So Frederick Osbo gets the win. It advances
to jump over.
Again, the Norwegian flag is waving for both Frederick Osbo and Simon Olsen. You can see Kazuya Taguchi.
I think Jonathan Castro has been there enough. He's like an honorary Norwegian at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. He's been there quite a bit. Brandon Sorensen,
yeah,
he went up there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the guys. Get an update here from the Red Nickel. Ken Gucci, car just shut off at the start line. Something popped and disrupted the power of the car. So check the electronics. He made his 5. He also said, told Lorette that quite a bit of big
trying to
changes
mess with
in
the mic
engine package, obviously, for here in Atlanta, and even this year, going back to the 2JZ. And up until the 5, the car was running optimal.
Oh, yeah.
I guess disrupted. So yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh, both field cars on the right side of the bracket, so they're gonna have to battle at some
so
point.
Again, a little bit of a pump fake.
I wish I had a
there
bracket
as
up here. I
Ken
blew
Gucci
it.
was on the line, had to get
You can pull
towed
one
back.
up.
So he unfortunately
Still
had
on the
to use
Discord.
competition timeout. Ken Gucci,
I know,
Coach
right?
Wang
I should just pull up on the
will,
Discord.
re-rack 'em, track 'em, and stack
On
'em
the
here
FT chat.
for the first run of Gucci and Wang. But unfortunately, Gucci does utilize his competition timeout. All right, getting ready to
Love how
send
you can like
cars.
hear.
Hey, be sure to join us,
You can hear them in
after,
the
at the
channel.
podium
Sending
ceremony.
cars in the
And,
background.
yourself, Jacob Kentz, you will be doing the press conference a little bit. Wow, well, he's got a lot of power now. Oh, look at that, power goes off.
Lights out.
The lights out. Gremlins, the ghosts are alive. The ghost in the machine shuts it down for Ken Gucci.
No
Dude.
restart light.
No, the lights are off on the car. It's
Oh
shut down.
damn.
Dude, Gucci the OG Ken Gucci cannot catch a break. By the way, there's the finish line.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bummer.
man.
Yeah,
Back
dude, that
ready,
sucks.
bodies.
Mechanicals.
His
There's
last
nothing.
couple of years have been
86.
so.
Credit to ground.
Yeah,
It's
we
always
changed
ground.
engine packages
Yeah.
so many times
Oh,
and
wow.
chassis.
We talked about
that's
this
a bummer.
before.
There's
no
nothing
driver
worse
on
than
grid
driving across
that's
country and
happy
then
with that
having
way.
a
There's no, like,
mechanical.
first wing's like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, good thing.
We
But
would've beat
no,
Chelsea last year,
All
dude.
they want to do is battle each other. If they're gonna win, there's so much pride.
I broke the
They
trans.
want to win heads up. They don't want to
Oh,
win
yeah.
like this.
I shifted like a dickhead
Ken
and
Gucci,
blew it to
I mean,
pieces.
I mean,
Oh,
you're pretty good
that's
at doing
brutal.
that.
Yeah.
Look into the cockpit of Frederick Osbo, his Toyota teammate, Freddie.
All right, excuse me, guys, while I
Ugh.
eat this pizza.
Crazy. This is crazy. Well, Lorette, I know you're down there. Just we're getting a slow drip here. It's like the faucet. You know, we need to turn this thing on. We need a fire hose, baby.
Oh,
Lorette,
man,
what's
I don't
what's
know.
the vibes down there? What's the
Well,
vibes up
Jared,
there?
I'll be honest, it is crazy and it is hectic down here. There's
Hi,
a lot
Matt.
going on. There's a lot of 5 minutes that's been called, trying to get all the action, trying to get all the news. Frederick Osbo
She
here.
texted me.
Hi.
She said, "Hi,
You wanna
Travis.
sit
Hi,
in your
Dad."
car? You want to come out? You can. It's all right. How was that for you, Freddie?
It was okay. I mean, it's not really how we're supposed to move on or want to move on. You know, Katsuya had a D-bead, but it was fine. I think honestly, it was one of my best outer zone twos in my lead of the weekend. So I was pretty stoked on the lead.
So a lot of you guys don't know,
and,
but
you know, Chase wasn't
driving
all
this
that great,
track,
fell
when you're
behind a
coming up
little
the
bit,
hill
but,
into outer zone
onwards
2 in the
and
keyhole,
upwards, we're
it is
in the
completely
game.
blind. You
We're
cannot
in,
see the edge of the track
top
at all.
8 now,
So like,
we're gonna keep
you're
working
firing
on
up the hill on that rumble
With
strip,
that chase run,
and you
how
have
do you
to
clean that up moving forward?
find a point
aggressive.
to
Gotta
lift
be more aggressive,
to get into the
Freddie, you
keyhole
know, like,
so that you
I
don't
know you're getting old,
overshoot
but
it
you
or
gotta
come up
be more
short because
aggressive.
you
That's the
cannot
plan.
see any of it at the judge's tower.
Wait, the
It's
whole
super, super
entire
hard.
chase run, or in certain parts?
Certain parts, you know, you can't go out there guns a-blazing and Hail Mary everything, then you're gonna run into everybody. But I'm in a state now where I really need to like push that a little bit extra, and it does come out at times, and you've seen it, and I know it's there, and I think it's time to bring that out.
Is it because of jet lag? Is it tired? Are you just starting to fire up?
Yeah, it's, you know, I'm sort of a mild
He's getting old, dude.
guy, right? I'm not the brashest, boldest guy, but I do wake up when the going gets tough. And I know that we're going to have some tough opponents now, and you know, it's building in me, and I can feel it.
We love that for you. For this track, everyone loves Atlanta. I think this is pretty much everyone's favorite one.
Do you want me to give you guys the full screen while I'm here chowing on this pizza?
Where are you looking?
I'm assuming you guys
Looking
don't have
home,
2 live
looking
streams
back at the
up
boys
at
up here.
the same time.
It's and you're right. Everybody loves this track, and to me, it reminds me of the green lush tracks at home, Gatebil, and this is sort of the style of track I grew up on. And you know, I'm just trying to take it one corner at a time. So I'm really just looking through the next corner. And once I come back up this hill, Steph has told me to keep it off the limiter, but it's really hard to lift the pedal from the floor.
Okay, and you're going to be seeing Forrest Wang next. What do you do to make sure you maintain that aggression?
So Forrest, the Style King, and he now has grip to match. And you know, I think he has a pretty cool initiation, similar to sort of how I would like to do it. That gives me a lot of confidence. I can bomb in behind him, and then what is it Castro always says? Just take the wheel from there.
Dude, so Forrest Carr, he's always been like the low and slow guy, you know? And now he's on a tire. Like, you remember Forrest and that? He was out there, one year he was on Achilles.
Is he on GT?
He's on Vitour. he's on the
Just
he's on the
shut
cheater
down
tire,
arm
dude. The sticky
and just
boy.
Control Alt Delete, could not reset it, and unfortunately, replugging that router back in, it didn't work. So Forrest Wang will get the win. He advances on. The Vitor tires go round, and look at that camera up front. Look at just.
I'll move away from the mic so you guys don't listen to me
that
chewing the whole time.
Poke and it's poked out there, baby. So next up, we're already to the other side of the top 16.
Dude,
we're talking about
other
the
side
Royal
of 16
Purple
already.
Top
No
16.
one more times.
Unfortunate turn events
Like,
from Ken Gucci. Man.
Perfect.
So Simon Olsen, Jonathan Castro.
Has been way smoother, honestly.
Jonathan Castro, Simon Olsen. Currently second in points. He got second in Long Beach in the wet conditions, and those Norwegians know how to drive in all conditions. And I love that he talked about Rudskogen and Gatbil. What an amazing track. I've been out there, dude. Have you been out to Gatbil?
Yeah, I've been. I did Gatbil.
Just wipe it on his nice chair.
Bonker.
I know, I'm about to wipe all his pizza grease all over Austin's chairs in the studio.
Yeah, let's go. Simon Ulm, is it Elm? Yeah, rode in that all-wheel drive Audi drift car.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
cow,
They got a few all-wheel drive cars out there. It's nuts. Lots of diesel drift cars. Makes it
crazy. All right, here we go. Norway versus Dominican Republic. Simon Olsen will lead in that field suspension right, and high vis yellow S. Jonathan Castro in the GR86. He explodes that front clip.
He's with him up the hill, dude. That is so hard to do here. It's so hard to pace a car up the hill in the chase.
Olsen missed 2.
Yeah.
Goes past that inside clip. Simon avoids hitting it. Castro does tap
Dude, that
it
mid-line so much nicer.
Oh yeah, dude. It flows so much better.
Inside clip.
It opens up the window so that like
Well, that's the chase driver actually chased, just
Yeah,
like
you
at
don't
St.
get
Louis
burned.
last year, or not St. Louis, Salt Lake, when you
Castro was maybe
allow a show.
pretty tidy.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm gonna watch this
Castra's
replay
playing a very
closer.
predictive game in the chase.
There's
Yeah.
nothing
Getting
worse
to
than
that
getting
second
pinched
straight
on the
away, but
inside as a
Simon Olsen
chase
front
driver
jumps that
and
first inside clip,
having to
pushed
choose
that
between
next to
running
Vitor,
over a
that first
clip
inside
or
zone.
running over a
Right
rumble
here,
strip and blowing your
starting
wheel
to see where
apart
Castro
or being stuck in the smoke. It
phenomenal
sucks.
ability to chase. Cuts the line.
So where
Here's the
Olsen
angle
is on
really
this
well.
mid-line here, he's like has the door wide open for
Super
Castro to be able to
couldn't
see
fit a
so
piece
this
of
chase
paper
can be
between
good.
them.
It was
Starts
solid
predicting
chase,
So rad.
Castro.
Simon
Yeah.
Olsen was a phenomenal lead in the chase. I mean, in the lead. And really, now that Castro is going to be swapping over and into the lead,
Yeah, that
he's
was
gonna have to
good.
do the same, but Simon's going to have to do the exact same thing, but with more proximity, and that's going to be the hard part. This is a track you can have a lot of proximity, but you have to be careful because of the number of transitions. Got to pull the car away, let the car in front transition, and then dive back into
Dropping
the pocket.
pizza
And
everywhere.
timing is everything.
I know, I'm like
And
leaking.
you've seen these veterans, like watch Forsberg.
Yeah.
He's
Big screen.
somebody that has so much track experience here. And it's just being comfortable with your car. And as you said earlier, Castro
Castro's
does a good job
on the
chasing.
Vitor this year too, I
like what you
think.
said there, but
Is he or
again,
Kenda?
separating the winners from the losers. In this scenario,
I saw a Vitor on the side of the car.
Chat, what tire's Castro on?
I could be wrong.
So now Castro will be up front. Simon Olsen in the chase position. Talking about comfortability, Simon Olsen, him and his car are really just getting in that synchronicity as Castro goes past that inside clip. Big angle there.
Kenda.
Simon Olsen in the chase position.
Dude.
Castro, big angle from him now.
Get in the
That
zone,
first outside
Castro.
zone, slides in that second, and there it is. Look at that. That proximity there from Olsen. Would like to see a little bit more angle from him, not just that proximity. Now outside of that horseshoe and one more clip.
Dude, that's
Oh,
tough.
it's close, dude.
He did
It's
get
close.
aggressive.
Advice for new
X factor,
drivers, Travis.
that
Don't
like,
overbuild a
whoa,
car
like,
out
holy
of your
cow.
budget. Just
Pretty
drive
straightforward from
a very
both of the
simple
guys, but I think there are kind of some deciding
seat time
factors on
car
one
for
side
as long
that
as
I
you
would say,
can.
all right, slide him that way.
And do not upgrade your car until you can drive that car like 12 out of 10. Keep it simple, stupid is like the biggest, best thing possible.
Hunt him down, pulling a little bit of angle out of the car to gain the proximity. And Jonathan Castro definitely struggled through the second outside zone, and that's an area that the judges hold very critical.
Olsen
They
misses
wanna see you
the
fill
second
that
outside
up.
zone,
As we
too.
Come through here, Castro with a huge left foot brake, tight line through there, and Simon Olsen driving above his gears is something he has struggled with. I mean, he struggled with this a lot before he jumped onto the field suspension camp, was just getting too aggressive and playing himself, basically. But we're seeing,
I could see this OMTing.
We're seeing that he has grown up and now driving.
So it has to
like
be
he's been doing this for 40 years.
2 runs that are like better than
Absolutely. Like I said,
85
just the
or something for them to
comfortability
one more
he has
time
there.
it. They have to be
Olsen
has
and
to be
Castro
2
slide
really
left
good
for
battles.
Olsen or right for Jonathan Castro. It looks like Simon Olsen. Just that's what I say. Just a smidge
Tough.
of just
I don't
that
disagree with that.
confidence. Chasing, I would say the chase was the really definitive moment.
What if it's
Olsen,
just a shell?
dropped in, and look at that pretty split decision from.
Put the shell to
from
the
our friends
side.
down there.
Keep that as your comp car for the
Doji,
future.
but we-
Oh,
Okay,
And buy a
whatever.
complete,
All
simple
right,
stock car.
He's got a hat on.
obviously, I didn't go give him a hat.
I know.
Yeah, I'll go give him a shirt or something, and then obviously maybe he'll be a fan of mine. It's fine. I don't care. It's
Still
fine.
loves you.
It's fine. No, he doesn't. No, it's fine. He said he.
No, don't drive it 12 out of 10 before mods. Do the basics like
All right, Alec
angle
Robbins,
kit,
Dan
seat,
Burkett,
handbrake, a wheel,
Alec Robbins,
a
about
diff,
lower belts here. Dan
coilovers,
Burkett,
just the basic things
is
like
really
that.
smooth. Excited to see what he's
And
gonna
drive it
do.
like stock
Robbins,
power
he needs to
before
keep
you
that
just
lower belt
blast it with
on that
a bunch of
lower
power
and see
adders or
if,
whatever.
if
Like
he can
250
maintain
wheel
as,
will
the
get you
smoke
so
actually
far,
filling his
and
bowl.
it builds way
Robbins
better
will
habits
lead
in the long run.
that Holly powered Koenig wheels. Dan Burkett, obviously in that Mark IV Toyota Supra, always looking good.
Yeah, no blower for Rat
Robbins and
Besides, like,
Burkett.
the blowout he gets on his mullet.
Dude, I'm so pumped to see Dan back.
I think he has a Beyonce
Yeah, dude, I
fan
miss
that
Radical
keeps him
Daniel.
blowing in
I
the
think so.
car.
You know, it's funny. I don't think I've ever seen his
Dan's
hair
one of my
not in
favorites.
motion.
Right.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's just standing still and this wind comes out of nowhere.
Yep.
He's got an assistant that just holds a fan up.
All right, so here we go. Robbins will lead Dan Burkett giving chase. You can see the red lights. Once they extinguish, that's when the lead car can leave the line. If they leave early, it's a strike. 3 strikes, you're out. If you hit a cone, you're out. So here we go. Alec Robbins initiates. Dan Burkett. Is he giving him too much room, too much respect? We'll see. Coming to
Dan's
that
car's
first
got some
outside
drive,
zone, up the
dude.
hill,
Yeah.
Now into that horseshoe. Ooh, Alec Robbins comes a little bit short there, allowing Dan
Transition.
Burkett to kind of cut the line, massage his car. Good proximity in that smoke. That's where you can easily get
Danger zone, dude.
Speaking of,
Oh, people
Wow,
don't know.
Robbins came up short.
As you
Seems
come
like
up
he
the hill
kinda
on the
clipped
last
that
turn,
inside clip, that last
the
one.
yeah,
the
I'm
rumble strips go
very,
opposite.
very
So if you
concerned
put a
about the
tire on the
power
rumble
belt. So I was
strip back
looking and
up the
listening
hill, it
besides
just
that,
like
but up
blows
front, good
shit
job
to
for that
pieces.
inside clip there. Rad Dan doing a great job. Look at mirroring that angle perfectly. Robbins didn't have a ton of angle through there, and neither did Rad Dan. That's what their judges are looking to see. Robbins out further from that cone. We want to see him at that first hash mark. And it was kind of through here. I wasn't sure. There was some
Good
signs
first
that
cars to
right
drift.
there, just not having the power to push the
Honestly,
car out
like
wide
your
makes me a little bit
typical,
concerned that
like,
maybe Robbins lost another belt late in that run.
E36,
We'll have to see,
E46,
I can't remember if he still has
S chassis are
his
still good if you can find
but,
one.
if he doesn't, he has to run an
Z's,
NA
G's,
with like 500 horsepower maybe.
Miatas,
So,
they're a little
which, you know what,
short, but
Robbins
they
can
do
it.
drive well. I'm all for the E36, E46, obviously, but there's a lot of other cars that work well. Just something that makes decent power out of the box. Nothing crazy. 200 horsepower, 250 horsepower.
Amazing
but
benefits, but also has a ton of
it's kind of just a personal
So
preference.
it's
The
not
newer
always
cars are
the-
kind of tough.
the best
You want
play.
to stick with
Like,
something that
you don't
has
get to
really
choose
good
your favorite,
aftermarket
but
support, so you can get like so you can, if when you break something, there's a bunch of options. You can get all the parts to fix it super easily. You don't want to be like making parts for a weird car.
right.
Hi,
Austin's
Austin. I
in the
miss you.
chat. As Austin comments, Audis. Austin's one of my crew guys too. He's got a pretty dope LS swapped Audi that he drifts. That's definitely an outside of the box car, but
Dude, you didn't mess with Subaru. It's a great drift car.
What?
Subaru. It's a great drift car.
Dude, don't get me started.
And then put it in that hole.
Yeah.
That's going to cause damage. And
and Mustangs too. I forgot Mustangs.
What's the first inside clip?
S197.
Going back
Honestly,
against that
out of all of
razor's
them,
edge, it could
the
cause damage.
S197 is my favorite driving one. That's the hot take of the day.
Yeah, you're
Over
doing
an
about 70
S550.
miles an hour through there. You do not want to dip a wheel on that first initiation. So, swap it around. Rad Dan out front. See how it goes.
There we go. Rad Dan Burkett. Alec Robbins in that chase position. Rad Dan Burkett straight line approach. Looks like Alec Robbins has got that power. Yeah.
Oh, dude, sparks.
We got it. Look like just throwing sparks as he
Boy,
DP'd on
Dan.
that front right. That was crazy. Whoa, Robbins. He's applying all the pressure right now. He's got nothing to lose.
Oh, he's
That
broken.
gets signs that- oh, buddy. Did he DP on the front right or just throw sparks?
He's either
Had to be.
debeated or he
wild.
bent a control arm or something.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was absolutely
New
wild.
Supra,
The
new
sparks
Supras
from
are
that
tough
top right
because the
corner.
factory
He went
manual
back in time,
Supras,
dude, 88
the
miles per
gearing's
hour.
wrong.
Yeah, let's take a look. He might have dipped a tire in there like we talked about. We might have predicted that. I think he did.
Right here, dude.
I think he dipped a tire
Oof.
into that
Yeah,
little well. We've
that's a
got-
broken
oh, no,
wheel
right
and
there.
possibly a bent lower
Wonder how
control
long
arm.
came
Did you
off.
hear him say he's
Wow, all right, here's the
chucked
actual run, though.
like
Rad Dan
5
doing
or
a good job
6
through first
supercharger
outside zone
belts
and
this
second
event?
outside zone, but
Yeah, dude, he
Alec
either has a
Robbins right
tensioner
there with the
issue
negative
or
the
he's
whole
got
thing.
a belt
Shooting
alignment
sparks,
problem.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
Robbins,
belt
see it?
length. I
You can
think
see him
it's
shallowing up there. Rad
it's
Dan
got to
doing
be
a good job
alignment
up
or
front, but
tensioner.
Yeah.
obviously taking some damage in battle and yeah, struggling to get through. But I mean, huge props. Like,
Yeah.
that's what you need to do. You take a hit, you keep driving, you just
Rad
keep pushing
Dan in
and
the
see what
in the
happens.
8.
Yeah. All right, so look at that. Judges analyzing what went down.
Judges
Yeah,
use
dude.
their hands all the time. They talk with their hands.
Dan's been
but it's
ripping the
crazy.
last couple years.
So,
Actually, I
yeah,
want to see
look at
side by
that.
side.
BC
Sorry.
Racing side by side. Here we are, just analyzing every inch
And was
of
it
this
2 tires
track.
off or
Yeah,
1
so a lot
tire's
of
off?
proximity
For
from Alec Robbins there in
That's
that
only
first
1 tire
section.
off.
Second section, you can see where the damage is done there, but Rad Dan now having more proximity. The judges are probably looking at the leads, where Rad Dan was much deeper through that
Dan had a
zone,
better
and then
lead
shallower
in the
through that
keyhole.
inside clip as we
Yep.
transition.
Until
Better,
there.
better,
Alex takes
Until
better
the
there.
chase
more
though.
damage.
Alex straight.
Yeah.
Rad Dan pretty wide through that section.
Fishy gives it
Now,
Dan here.
You don't have to be tucked in there, but
I think he gets
if you
it,
start to go
even with
so
the little
wide, it becomes
mistake
almost impossible to
coming down
chase
the
that.
hill.
So that
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
something they're looking at.
What entry do you
Usually when we're
prefer
looking
here,
side
slow
by
right
side,
angle or
really,
e-brake?
really looking
So
at leads.
my car
So
drove
that's my
way
guess
better
here.
when down the hill. I started
Certain
crossing the
faces of
track,
judges there.
and like
Oh,
the
no yawning.
straight line
There's no
handbrake
yawning,
pull
no
sets
yawning
you up
allowed.
really
Coffee
poorly
truck
for
in the
interclip
back.
one.
Yeah,
If
it
you
didn't
drive
work well.
all the way to the
Just
left
go to
side of the
Rockstar
track
Energy drink.
and drive across
some
for your
energy.
initiation to like
B
keep the
vitamins,
momentum of the
all the
car to the right
supplements.
side towards the rumble strips, it sets you up way better to run into interclip one.
All right, Alec
I'm pretty
Robbins,
sure
Dan
I
Burkett
tried to
slide
get
him left
you to
for
go
Robbins,
wider
right
and
for
wider and wider
Dan Burkett, Rad Dan
to help
gets the
flick it in
victory.
better.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because you could see it when
As
I'd
we
come up short.
advance on Dan Burkett.
Dude, Radical
Or just
Daniel in the
tuck it a
8.
little
Win.
bit harder.
And there it is. The Wives are hugging over here, Robbins and Burkett. So we are 3/4 of the way through our Royal Purple Top 16.
Hey, is
This
it a
is
break?
Type S
Can I
Road
get
to
a
the
bathroom
Championship
break?
presented by AutoZone.
You can go
We'll
whenever,
be
dude.
right back.
I'll just sit here and whisper sweet nothings into the chat's ear while you're gone. Awkwardly eat pizza. It's the door you walked in on. It's to the right of that door.
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or monster jam. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
The passion here is very different than I've seen any other school. You guys set them up very, very well to succeed and to win in a big-time way.
The fact there's a school you can go to for racing is just a little bit insane, but it's very cool because it gives kids like me the opportunity to chase that dream.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
If you think the only thing that really matters
is how fast you can go.
How did I get the Walmart greeter name? That's a Jared thing, man. He burned me. Jared does this thing where he just rolls with whatever he thinks at the time. Jared's one of my favorite people of all time, but yeah, he said the Walmart greeter thing probably like 4 or 5 years ago and just never quit. So it's all his fault. Clear up the air. I've never worked for Walmart. But people show up at rounds and give me vests. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, that is all 100% Jared's doing. Which track has the best bathrooms? Not OSW, I'll tell you that. Matt, which track has the best bathrooms?
Best bathrooms. Irwindale or Salt Lake?
Steven said cleanest, availability, and location.
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake?
Because
Yeah.
they're in the tower.
Yeah. Salt Lake overall best venue as far as like venue quality. Yeah, Clio rear-wheel drive car, rear-wheel drive manual transmission cars only.
So far, being able to log in and review every lap has been a huge plus. To have Link pull through and step up for us and just help us out to be able to all pull it together.
That's all he needs. Simple, cheap, easy.
Yeah, even Austin agreed. He said Utah.
Get out of here, Steven.
Slap Matt's leg right now. Steven, why don't you just come down here and come hang out with us?
All that rubber being laid down.
I watched
That could
Top
play a
32
major
with Steven.
role as we roll in
Did you?
to
Yeah.
The, grade 8
He
right
came
now
over to
for
the
Royal
house.
Purple Top 16. 2 more battles left to define, but Dean, Field,
Tell him to build
Wang,
a drift
Oscar,
car
Olsen, and
again.
Burkett are already in. You can see our bottom right of the brackets of the Royal Purple Top 16. Royal Purple, the synthetic experts, the official engine oil of Formula Drift. Odie Bachis, Brandon Sorensen. What do you expect here from Odie and Sorensen, Jacob?
I mean, Brandon's been sitting kind of cold.
Did you see
He had his
Sorensen
buy
try
run
to
there,
throw a
which would have been
360
against Dean Carney.
entry on his buy run?
Yes, Steven, you gave me the best.
Sitting cold,
And do a
Odie
720.
Bachis, I mean,
Yeah.
was predictably off. awesome.
Yep.
You know,
I texted Brandon in the chat earlier, and I was like, "Good luck today. Good luck today, bud. No 720s though in comp, please."
Would not surprise me if they've got, you know, some special sauce going on to make sure that they can battle Odie Bakshi's at the top of their game.
Yeah, and Brandon's been driving a lot. You know, lives out in Vegas. He's been drifting a lot. You know, his sister Amanda, she's all over the place, extreme E, karting, off-road, doing a bunch of things. But, you know, Brandon's been really fixated on drifting there. Let's see a little spark fly up there as Odie Bakshi's past that inside clip, now ripping up the hill. Odie Bakshi's into that first outside zone. But look at this. We're seeing a great battle here from Odie Bakshi. Odie Bakshi's, look at Brandon's composure. Looked like he was going to go into him as Odie maybe checked up, but Brandon Sorensen.
Dude. Oh, no. Dude, you blew it.
Composure, that contact.
No. Oh, dude.
Right. That was interesting. Also, you know, here's the judges. Take a look.
Oh, wait.
Also, Odie's,
I gotta see this.
accelerometer,
I'm pretty sure he pushed
the
him.
lights were
Did-
all on white, so you're not going to see the accelerometer.
It looked like Odie clipped the last inner.
Take a look here, so you can see Odie Bakshi's
This chase from Brandon is so good.
that inside clip, punches that.
Your momentum and placement has to be so perfect to be with a car up the hill, especially a car as fast as Odie's.
Odie had a big bobble there.
Yeah, Brandon's a little on the inside.
Uncharacteristically, just kinda
Sick
checks the car
transition.
up, hucks a little bit harder, and then as they
Such
come
good
through this
placement,
last
dude.
section,
Perfect. Sick transition again. Taps Odie's wheel, spins him. Damn
When you
it.
come through the last part, you can see Brandon making contact. and
Dude, that
pushing
chase
Odie
was
wide,
so good.
Looping him around, so it's going to be some discussions about who's at fault for
It's hard to
various
push
things.
Odie around the track like
Odie
that.
does have a big checkup through the second outside zone, but Brandon kind of gets on the brakes and sees it right there. Oh, man. That could have been real nasty. But it's right here as we come through. You can see Brandon
Trailing
diving
arm
in
car,
and
dude.
not able to see
You
if
think
he
many
checks
people
up
know
or
that?
slows
That that's
down.
actually an E46?
Talk about these
Oh,
lights
maybe
on the side.
not.
You can see on Brandon Sorensen's
Yeah, Sorensen's car has an M4 like kit on it, but it's actually an E46, so the suspension on that car, the suspension on that car is exactly the same as mine. So it is an E46 under those panels.
But Odie,
That's why it's got all the
pointed out
speed.
that horseshoe maybe had another hiccup scenario, but also, you know, seemed like the contact right before the finish line. The finish line, they need to drift through for one.
Yeah.
Two, anything that happens after, you still need to drift all the way through, but you can see the yellow cones lying down. That is the actual finish line. So while we clean up the track here.
Dude,
we
I'm
will,
so uncomfortably
go
full
down
of
the right
pizza, I
nickel
can't
with
stop eating.
Forrest Wang, the Big Wang Gang.
Well, I'll go find out what happened with Odie after this interview. Forrest, I know you were really looking forward to a rematch with Ken after Long Beach. Unfortunately, not to happen.
Yeah, Ken had to call 5. He had his car just shut off on the line. They took it back to the pit, ended up getting it running again, and then we basically launched.
Saying Odie was on the brakes?
Gear, and then when he
I didn't see the light.
The car just shuts off again, and we coast to a stop. Basically giving me a buy run.
Yeah, so like
top 16
the
battle.
brake light
Not the way I
is
wanted
different
to
than the
win. I really
decel light.
wanted to get one
So
again 'cause we both didn't really do our best at Long Beach. It was like neither one of us
if
did
he
a
was on the
really good run.
brakes
Now
with
the
his
new rules,
foot
they're not
to like
one-more timing bad runs.
to slow the
who did
rotation of the car, because you can do that. You can kind of ride the left foot brake to get the car to like not snap left to right. But if the decel light on the windshield didn't go red, then it won't be on Odie. But some of these cars will drive just as fast on a left foot brake.
Odie's car drives really fast. off the
Yeah,
brake.
yeah. If you see Odie's brake lights on, he is not actually going slower. I tell you that right
I know we
now.
have to ask the fans to light it up. Everybody pull out your phone, put on the
Sorensen
lights.
just a
light
tad
up
too
the
early
night
getting back on throttle.
Woo! Road Atlanta. I know Larry Chen loves it. The Larry Chen photo team gets some awesome photos called the Fireflies. As the sun goes down, the Fireflies light up the night. Type S does as well under the cars. It's going to get darker, but it's about to get brighter. Thank you to the fans for lighting up the night in more ways than one. I'm Jared Deanda, Jacob Gettins here next to me. Again, be sure to check out the Outer Zone podcast. Join us if you're here in the building. The podium, it's just behind the announcer's booth. And then, obviously,
God, dude, I miss this track. The weather's perfect there, too.
Besides Thursday, when there's like tornado warnings and like
Yeah, but
shit blown everywhere.
You always get that once.
It's always down
One
there.
day.
Always.
I'll take it on the Thursday.
Yeah, have you looked how warm it is? When usually it's like 90
Yeah,
degrees.
it's like 65, 70.
Dude, it's perfect.
I know, it's crazy. We never get that lucky.
They deemed Brandon Sorensen at fault.
Yeah, so Brandon's at fault for that. The diesel lights must not have came on Odie's
Every
windshield.
wise fab link's probably broken in the back of that thing now.
On who?
Odie's car.
Oh yeah, they've been
punted in the
quick.
kitty litter, and then, he's
That's
going
the
against
fusible
Forsberg.
link though.
And Forsberg his way here.
You
tail
look
the
at
hole.
like S
Yeah,
chassis wise fab
Forsberg
wrong,
had a
and
fire
like
on
the
tail
toe
roll.
rod's bent,
in half.
yeah, or collapsed or whatever. But
Unfortunate for him,
it's
here
quick
we
and
go.
easy to
Let's see what kind of
change.
battle we got here. Rome Charpentier, Christopher Forsberg. Rome Charpentier, RCP in that garage.
Ah, I'm trying.
BMW Forsberg.
There we go.
In that smoke of the
Oh,
Bike tires.
Forsberg.
Pulling
I
away
missed it.
from Christopher Forsberg, that VR-powered all-new Nismo Auto Parts NOS energy drink, all-new Z.
Oh!
Hey, look, he stayed on throttle.
Oh, just
He did.
knocking off that bumper, and there we go. As far as Rome Charpentier
Why did
keeps
why
on
did Forsberg
keeping
get
on.
rolled down the hill?
The car's back up and running.
I didn't see it. You were
Great
too
lead
slow
run by
at switching
RCP.
screens.
I know, dude. I was
Away the
trying to give me a break.
Three-time champ. I'm seeing some sparks off that front left. What is going on with the sparks, dude? Is everybody welding the cars on the go?
I'm wondering if that was brakes. That's kind of
Yeah, that
what it
could've
looked like.
been it.
Yeah, like he would have been on the brakes coming up that hill, so they were sparking off. But let's take a look here. RCP doing a phenomenal job out in the lead. and
Yeah,
just
Forsberg
putting
just
on the
He
rock.
washed
slept.
out,
He
yeah.
slept on
takes
lighting off.
Not many people gap Chris Forsberg, but he just did. And you can see another left foot brake there as we come through that second outside zone. Rome dialing it in. Could have been a little bit deeper through that inside clip, and that little kiss there from Chris Forsberg as they're able to power through the rest of the run. Rome pushing real
Damn.
wide, staying on the limiter. Well, Chris Forsberg surprisingly getting caught a little bit behind there on Rome as we swap over. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off there. You can see the clock there to the left, 7:30. Now, keep in mind, Sorensen was at fault. So, Odie
It's always so dark up there, too. Forget how dark it is. I mean, I haven't been up there in a couple years, so.
The contact was caused by Sorensen, so this is not cut into what he's allotted one competition timeout. So that, again, does not utilize his competition timeout. Here we go, back to the action. Forsberg and RCP. Forsberg leading. Nismo Auto Parts. Nismo Parts. NOS Energy Drink. All new Z on those GT radial tires.
Oh, Rome's wiggling.
Looks like comes out of angle just a little bit. Forsberg transitions back up the hill into that first outside zone. Now coming to the horseshoe. RCP right there. Forsberg hammering down in that VR.
No!
Can't do that.
Damn, it sounded like Forsberg misshifted and stopped.
Was it?
And then contact to the back
Didn't sound like
I think-
VR limiter.
Man, that car. Woo. He is
I don't know, I'll have to look at the replay, but it looked to me like Forsberg's car like misshifted.
like taillights, back bumper. I mean,
Okay. All right. We need to, yeah, so a couple things we got to
Yeah,
see.
also
Obviously,
we're
go over
watching
replay,
on a
understand, assess faults.
we're watching on a TV screen that's way small on the other side of the room.
But let's take a look here. Chris Forsberg coming down the line, big e-brake pull, gets on the throttle really early and starts to push it wide. As we transition up, Rome getting caught a little bit behind, having to go take a bunch of angle out of the car. As we come through here, you can hear things popping off. And then through this section,
Yeah, something happened.
Oh, you know what? You
It
know
didn't
what?
transition.
I don't know. Maybe it was a scenario. Sorry to cut you off. It almost like it impeded on the transition.
yeah, similar to what we saw with Simon Olsen as well.
Yeah.
Back things up a little
And literal.
bit. Yeah, so the question becomes,
This is so
was
hard to
Chris
see,
already
too.
slowing down when the contact was made, or did he slow down because the contact was made? So this is where some of the accelerometer, decel lights can come into play.
Yeah, he impeded him.
Okay, all right. That I think that angle's a little more telling. I did hear, again, rev limiter popping and locking.
To me, it looked like Forsberg
You
stopped.
saw Rome make a correction. I think that angle, if we play that again, that's really going to, I think that's more telling of what transpired there. You saw Rome
He
make
was
a
going
correction
back. He was
into that second
transitioning
inside clip in
and
the
got
horseshoe.
stopped, and then was really slow. But
Yeah, but like, so Forsberg was in the throttle making smoke and everything, and he wasn't, it seemed like his car lost forward momentum to transition, and then Rome hit him. That's what it looked like to me, but I need more
I think we very
replays.
much need to take a look at the replay, specifically of that section of transition. There is going to be some inherent slowing as you're transitioning through there. You should be getting back on throttle through transition and push that car out a bit wider. We're going to take a look here at the drone shot again while judges analyze to see if they can assess fault here, not just for this, but also for a timeout. So this is the part we want to look at right here. Oh, Rome does dive in. It does look
I
like Rome
hear,
gets back on throttle before
I don't know, I hear
does.
Chris's rev limiter like going crazy as he drives away, not very fast, like he's trying to like get it back in gear. It looks like Chris stopped. But the judges don't seem to be seeing that. And because Forsberg's decel light didn't actually come on red, this might be a controversial call.
outer zone 1, but where they have the contact, you can see inner clip 2 in that keyhole coming out, coming down the horseshoe from outer zone 1, outer zone 2.
This is gonna be interesting, actually.
Yeah, in my mind, there's two ways you can look at this. Rome dove in before Chris was fully transitioned, and that's where the contact was made. And then the other way is that Chris was too slow transitioning, and Rome did not anticipate it in time.
Well, the plot thickens here. Man, this is going to be one heck of, and to win here, Atlanta, it's a bragging right thing. This is our iconic track, round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship of 8. This is the Type S Road to the Championship, presented by AutoZone. Don't go anywhere.
I mean, it's Chris, so they're probably going to say it was Rome's fault.
Who knows? You never know what you're going to get, dude. I should just text Reese. Like, hey, man, what are you guys thinking up there? He answered my call earlier because I called him right after the LZ and Matt Field thing. He picked up the phone.
Chris went back to a dog box. Back to a 4-speed, I believe.
Is he? So he just missed. He doesn't have a sequential?
I'm pretty sure he went back to a 4-speed.
I mean, I don't blame him. There's no reason to have 6 gears in these cars. Most of these teams can change gear sets. Like, we had multiple gear sets for third for multiple tracks, so our 3-4 split was always good. I had never had a reason to need a 5th gear.
No.
And some of these guys run a 6-speed, and I'm like, why do you need 6 gears?
Well,
it doesn't even make
running,
sense.
They only use up to 5th gear usually. Sometimes they
Yeah,
gear it for a certain thing. But
yeah, and like you always want to set up, like, I don't know. I always want to set up our gear charts to where you always gear the car 1-to-1. 4th is 1-to-1.
Yeah.
A lot of those 6 speeds are 6th 1-to-1.
Or 5th.
Or 5th. So, like, why do you need to row more gears? All it does is make you slower on the run up. Most of the time I start in 2nd on a track that requires 3rd gear, let out the clutch in 2nd, roll in 1 shift,
Now,
and then I'm initiating.
4-speed sequential?
Yeah, 4-speed sequential would be the
get on
move.
that.
Yeah, I could. Little tiny box, that'd be cool.
No say, Dev.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system.
So, okay, so Dave said he feels the judges are blinded by certain rules or things. So I know for a fact that where the judges are positioned at these events and the cameras they're provided, they don't get the same. They get the live stream views that we get, but they also get other things added in that they can see, but also based on where they're positioned in the track, there's some things that they can't see.
It's real tough up there.
It's super hard. And like, as much as like the judges have driven, like they all drift cars and they've been in it for a while, but at this level, it's really hard to find a judge other than Robbie. Robbie's driven these cars, but like it's hard to find judges that really understand the mechanics of how fast these drift cars are nowadays. It's like everything is amplified. If you make a mistake or the car slows down or the car speeds up, everything, like, it speeds up super fast. It slows down super fast. It changes direction super fast. There's so much grip in the cars. And sometimes it's just super hard to see what's happening and hard to analyze exactly what's happening unless you know how these cars are built and how they drive.
From the spotter's tower, which is the same area as the judge's tower, you can't see. Once you exit the keyhole, you can't see anything. You're relying on the live stream.
The camera, that's just blind. Yeah, that makes sense. So they're judging off the same thing you guys are looking at and expecting to make a super analytical decision. They do have some extra cameras that aren't live streamed that the judges get to use in different positions. But when it gets smoked out, still hard to see.
Brian Eggert, we're going to you. What did you see? And we're waiting for that graphic there, but what did you guys see, Brian?
Yeah, watching it.
Yeah, a lot of teams are going back to.
Oh, wait, hold on. And as he's going through inner clip 1, his car just kind of pauses for a second, and Rome's expecting him to be on gas going through there because it's not a deceleration.
Okay, so they caught it.
And he just kind of plows into him. So
Forsberg's car misshifted.
And continuing out the keyhole, and he just doesn't do that.
All right, so Rome sharpens here. You mean inner clip 2? Yeah, no problem. Inner clip 2. It seemed that he checked up. So take a look at it here. RCP gets the win, but let's analyze this again. So Forsberg goes up to outer zone 1, goes in outer zone 2. Okay, and then when he goes into inner clip 2, you'll see him check up.
And right there, his car just kind of pauses or cuts off or something, but definitely decels, and then Rome has nowhere to go but into the back of him.
All right, so a bit of a roadblock there for RCP. So
yeah, dude, that's tough. I mean, that's how we went out last year.
It wasn't telling with the
I went to
naked
upshift
eye.
out of the keyhole and broke the transmission.
It didn't sound 100%.
So
You hear and then
really sucks.
All right,
Same
Roadblock,
exact pattern.
As we are
Dog
seeing
rings
Chris Forsberg, he
smooshed.
is knocked out, and there we have RCP, who is battered and bruised. He gets the win. Here we are. I'm Jared Deenda. Jacob Gens. We're up in the Tower of Power. Our judge is right in front of me.
God, I really need a bracket. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone.
And that of Reese Marin. Oh, DVD sign, the not so famous racing driver. So
Dude, I miss the Team Rowdy stuff too. All the signs and everything. Like Atlanta's so wild.
The not so famous racing driver.
The fans at Atlanta are crazy.
But he's just getting beat
Well,
up
they've
by
been
a
there
kid.
for what,
Is he getting
20
chicken
years?
blocked?
The
Yeah,
Rowdy
dude.
guys, and they have like their kids there now, running around doing stupid shit in the little pen.
Oh yeah.
Ace of base.
Yeah, it's wild.
Big fan there. Brandon Sorensen, Odie Bakshis. Now, to remember, this was Sorensen's fault. Sorensen got aggressive right there at the finish line. He booped the snoot there as he crossed the finish line. He was at fault, almost had contact up top. Odie Bakshis and Brandon Sorensen. This second run here, Brandon Sorensen, high flying the Air Force BMW. He's going to lead Odie Bakshis, giving chase. Again, currently third in points. Let's see what Brandon Sorensen, see, he's got some ground to make up. All right, Brandon Sorensen go to lead coming down the hill in that first inner clip. Let's see how Odie Bakshis, there it is, Brandon Sorensen, good initiation from him, passing inside the massive angle there from Sorensen now coming up the hill into outer zone.
I think Odie's just gonna hang back and kick it because he knows that Sorensen's at such a deficit. Yeah.
Where we just saw that Brandon hammering down, can barely hear yourself think. And Sorensen, I said he had to make it up, and he heard me, man. Look at that. Past that inside clip, that final clip. But take into consideration
That split second of not waiting to get on the throttle, and the battle's over.
Yeah, bye.
Well, we talk about lead versus lead, chase versus chase.
Yeah, right at the beginning. If you're not on the gas coming through inner clip 1 before the lead car is, if you're in the chase position, you don't pick up the throttle before them, you're getting rolled up the hill. There's no way you can catch them.
I'm talking Brandon's decision in the chase. Like, you have a lead like that, and such a good chase, and you just threw it away.
Oh, because he didn't wait?
Yeah, because he didn't wait, you know, just...
Oh, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
How many events did you see me lose that I made a split-second decision and I went a little too far or a little too short?
The Seattle Taguchi one was the big one.
Yeah. Like, just
tough.
being barely, like the slightest mistake one way or another, like shifted the entire event for me so many times. St. Louis dropped one tire. Everything else was perfect other than putting one tire in the dirt. Hardly even affected the car. Gone. Done for the day.
Very aggressive. So aggressive that he obviously made contact. So that's what the judges need to take a look at as we are going to pull up here on racing side by side, so you can kind of understand a little bit better. So we do want to see. We obviously know where the mistakes are made. Was Brandon's lead better? If so, was it so much better that it makes up for the mistake that he made? Because we know in Odie's lead, he made a large
Yeah, Odie had a big bobble.
So Brandon very, very tight on the chase here.
Yeah.
You can see Odie right here. That's where he makes a large mistake. It's basically to get him into that inside clip, whereas Brandon doesn't make the same mistake. So it's a lot. There's so
Brandon's
much
lead's so good.
It was. It's not enough, though.
At
Sucked.
the end of the day, what you have to ask yourself is, was Brandon's lead run so good that it makes up for the mistake that he made in the chase? Or
And Odie's
was the
mistake in the
that
keyhole.
Odie made not so big, but his chase that wasn't nearly active, overcome that.
Yeah, and I'm talking to Sage over here. We always kind of go offline here and talk, and he says where he hit him, he goes across the finish line. So is that you got to complete? It's just like any run. You got to complete the run. But dude, talk about battered and bruised. RCP, like I said, he's still got a smile on his face. How we doing out there, Atlanta? Make some noise! You! Say howdy, get rowdy. That's what's cracking out here. Round 2 of 8 of the Formula Jet Pro Championship. Everybody put your lights up on your phone. Oh, we got real flash. We got lightsabers? Let's get weird, nerds. That's what's up. Turn on your lights, light up the night. One more battle or one more definitive decision here to find out who forges our Torque Motorsports Grade 8 Torque Drift.
It's just nitrous, no blower on Travis's car.
Reese Marin, Brian Eggert, Robin Nishida.
Yeah, sorry, I'm distracted. I'm reading. Yeah, all nitrous, just compression.
Eggert, no pressure, buddy. See right there, I can see your horoscope.
Yeah, we just used I have a 430 cubic inch LS. It's like 14.5 to 1 on the compression side, bunch of cam, bunch of RPM, force feed it with nitrous.
One more time.
Ooh, one more time?
Odie Bakshis.
Who said one more time?
Reese.
No.
Reese is the first U.S. judge, right?
I don't think so.
Odie Bakshis gets the victory.
No, that's Egert.
Is it Egert?
Robbie,
U.S.
I can
1.
see ya. Now we're gonna hear you. What's up, man? That contact, was that it?
Yeah, Sorensen did a great job giving chase, and when he, almost lost anywhere to go inside the horseshoe, he even played it off. He did a great job, but just got a little bit too aggressive, and we, rewatched the video many times to make sure that it wasn't Odie, coming to a halt or slowing down too much at the last inside clip. And we were watching to see if, how it unfolded. Was it before or after the finish line where the cars were spinning out? And but in the rules, the cars have to, finish clearly being under control. So I had to give it to Odie this time.
Yeah, we're in the 8 already?
Yeah, dude.
Here we go.
Dean and Field.
Is this our first battle? First battle of the Grade 8. First battle of the Grade 8. James the Machine Dean, tall drink of water. An All-American battle here of the vehicles. Matt Field.
Where are you going, Matt?
Oh, where's Matt Field going?
Sound like he missed a gear too.
He goes to left field.
Yeah, Matt's in no man's land, dude.
Powers his way in that first outside zone. Now in the second outside zone. James Dean, our current points leader. Matt Field, that Borley exhaust Corvette, having some issues here. And keep in mind, he uses competition timeout. So you only get one competition.
It sounded like he misshifted down the hill too. I heard like all the limiter.
He didn't need to do that. And wow, what an unfortunate turn of events there for Matt Field. Now, James Dean needs to take into consideration if Field is maybe down on power, lacking in performance. How do you chase that? It's a hard act to follow.
Oh, he initiated too early also, way on the inside.
I think it blasted limiter when we came back onto the track.
Got it.
Of course, he center punches that inside clip. Well, James Dean doing a great job out in the lead, filling for outside zone 1. Filling outside zone
yeah,
2.
Matt was so early on the initiation.
It drove in so fast.
He did the same thing with LZ though, and he said it on the live stream that he initiated way too early and got caught up on the inside of the track, and it messed up his run up the hill. Same thing.
One of the fastest cars we have on grid. Something is going on. He had a lot of hesitation there at initiation. That could have been part of it. But regardless, he struggled through this run. He obviously struggled a little bit earlier. Are there other gremlins that they haven't been able to exercise?
I know they were having car issues in Long Beach and car issues all Thursday.
Yeah. On Dean's car?
No, on Field's car.
Oh, yeah. Dean's got all the Mustangs have been like breaking up on throttle pretty bad, like on the tip-in this weekend. We're getting running nitrous. Oh yeah, grid life events, you got to have an all-motor car or a turbo car because you can't really make the nitrous last that long unless you put a scuba tank in it.
That Jeff Jones had that debeating in his previous battle. Red lights extinguished.
But in my opinion, nitrous is the best power adder.
James the Machine Dean, our current points leader, 3-time champion. He'd love to get a 4th, and Matt Field would love to get his 1st. But now let's see if he's running 100%, see if he's got a little loss for his throat. And he
Matt late on throttle.
There it is. Now it's loud and proud of that Borley exhaust. Goes to that first outside zone. Now coming to the second outside zone. You can see James the Machine Dean now coming in. And there we go. And look at, I'm telling you, with Matt Field maybe being down on power, having those issues, James, you can see the good proximity, good angle. Now coming to that final clip. I mean, all signs are saying, unfortunately, for Matt Field, James Dean.
Dude, the way Dean stays behind him and waits for Matt to get back on power and doesn't get lost is insane.
Well, those cars have a ton of like instant drive, so like they can wait until the other person fires off and run up on them. They don't have to be. They don't have to predict when the guy's going to light off and have to be early on it because they can just step on the gas and they'll pick up the car length. But I don't know. I think Dean will end up on the box tonight. I think one of the fuel cars will end up on the box, and then I think we'll have some outlier on the other side that's not common.
Matt Field definitely had a lot of mistakes in the chase on his run.
Dan would be sick. Dan's driving good, dude. Yeah. I'd love to see Dan on the box.
I don't know. It's really tough to say. James Dean definitely had him on the chase. We go back to the lead. Did James Dean have a better lead run? If not, then now we're down to splitting hairs.
Yeah, and those Mustangs are so hard to drive, dude. Like,
just really odd.
They're so gnarly.
RTR for life, bro. Let's see that tattoo, young man. Get that RTR on your chest, on your like thug life. Get that Tupac. Get that 8-pack.
I don't think Matt would be more successful if he stayed in S chassis. The Corvette thing is really like taking his program to the next level as far as like being an updated, newer car to help him build a brand. It was definitely the best move for him.
Yeah,
I see that.
I'm sure there's still more to figure out on the Corvette chassis. I mean,
yeah,
dude, they're great chassis.
Yeah, they're super good. They're just they have their downsides, which I can't get past. I can't deal with a transaxle with a torque tube and all that kind of crap because like it's so hard to service. But they have enough guys to swap things quickly, and they have enough money to have the quick change transaxle sequential thing going on. If I had a Corvette, I'd have to front transit like everyone else does. Matt's the only one I think that runs the rear trans to keep the weight right.
But Jow's front trans?
This should be fun.
His might be rear, but it's a stock. It would be a stock gearbox, I think. I don't know exactly, honestly. Maybe tell me if you guys know. But
Here we go. Oh, Forrest! He applies the pressure. Big swing there from Frederick Osbo. Now coming to that second outside zone. There goes Osbo. Look at Wang, the BCL.
Dude, Wang's car's got so much drive now.
He's on a good tire, dude.
Dialed in. He's got blood in the water. And this 3-time champ is put to the test by Forrest Wang. You know, we always kind of, you know, I wouldn't say criticize, but Forrest always had
Joel's got a
Samsonite,
says. I wonder if it's in the back or if it's in the middle.
Yeah, and he's able to wrangle it in there. He made a bit of a mistake in initiation, but doesn't overreact. Starts to use the inherent parts of the track where you can make up ground. Through the keyhole here, gets very, very aggressive. Frederick Osbo out front. Looks like he's got his wheel speed dialed in. He's able to keep that car very settled. Lots of smoke.
Dude, that thing's so smooth down the hill.
Yeah, it's a good battle, dude. Oh, he hit him.
Insane.
Looks like there might have been a bit of contact there, but Forrest Wang able to keep things sorted, able to keep things, you know, under control, and not pushing so hard or making large dives or grabs just to keep things settled. So big mistakes in there from Wang for sure. Frederick Osbo out front, one of the best.
Yeah, he got into him on the initiation,
entry,
yeah, down the hill.
Wang's got to throw hard. I expect to see a big initiation from Wang here. Yeah. Maybe to try and shake.
Yeah, Forrest could get on the box too. His car's got the speed for it, but he'd have to obviously beat Osbo.
He tried so hard, but in the end, it
Tough
doesn't really
pull.
matter.
Got so far.
Got so far. But in the end, does it really matter?
No.
Okay. All right, we'll see.
It might matter. We'll see.
It might matter.
It's the win. It might matter.
It starts with one.
It does.
One thing.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. Here we go. Forrest Wang out front. Frederick Osbo in that chase position. Here comes Forrest Wang. Again, that big country lives Wang.
Osbo more angle in the chase down the hill, dude. Crazy.
Anticipated Jacob. Big entry. He's going against it. Oh, here comes Osbo. Up the hill. He's not going to let him run away with it. Osbo in formation. It's a dogfight here. We got the 808, the Hawaiian driver against Norway.
Ooh.
Look at this place. Wow. Wow. Looks like Wiz
Damn,
Khalifa,
that
Snoop
was
Dogg,
good.
Killer Mike, everybody's in the building. Cheech and Chong.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
This place is a smoke bowl right now. Look at that. Forrest Wang gang, big Wang thing. Put on one heck
Jared.
of a lead run.
Dude, Jared kills
Wang
me.
Very fast into initiation, holds the angle for a long time, doing exactly what I thought he would do, try and shake Osbo off him, but isn't able to. And we can see here, Forrest starting to push out nice and wide. Osbo
Watch
doing a great
Osbo's
job.
save on the
Just
last
poking at him,
transition.
poking at him. I'm still here. Little jab, little duck and dive. As they
He
come
almost a
through
little
that
too
inner
early.
clip. And Forrest Wang with as much speed as we've ever
Yeah,
seen
he just wanted
out
to
of
get out of the
China,
smoke as
outdrive
soon as he
and
could so he could
outspeed
see.
Frederick Osbo, which is not an easy thing to do, but Frederick Osbo showing why he's a multi-time champ, showing why he is able to take down so many different drivers in so many different ways. As we come through the keyhole here, once again, look at the angle that Wang is getting through here. Holds it on and then whips it back around, but Frederick Osbo able to time it, keep the angle, keep the proximity, mirrors it all the way through. Absolutely.
Yeah, that car, Osbo's car is super good, like out of the keyhole down the hill.
It's on rails.
Yeah, it rolls good. Also, guys, if you have any recommendations for us on how you want us to format this stream, looks like Osbo got it. If there's things you want us to do, ways to format the stream, ways to make it better, let me know, because I plan on continuing to do this throughout the year. For every event, tell your friends. The more people we get in here, the more happy we are to keep it going. So I just appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and yeah, let us know if there's anything we could change. Let us know if we need to shut up. All the above.
Again, don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break. The Norwegian flag waves high for Fredrik Osbo. You got Ireland versus
Yeah, Freddie's
Norway.
Nitto.
On the other side, you got more Norwegian. You got American. You got that. Odi Bakshis, RCP. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back, and we'll throw to the second half of our Grade 8 here at Round 2. The Type S Road to the Championship presented by AutoZone here at Road Atlanta. It's a packed crowd, and you're not going to want to miss any second of this action here at Road Atlanta.
Dude, let's talk about Chelsea's Cayman, dude.
It looks pretty sweet. It looks like it works.
Dude, best car?
It might be.
Best car? Chat, best car?
It might be.
Are we in agreement? It's
got
sick.
potential.
Thing is so sick. So
It's got so much drive already.
Yeah.
From the videos I saw, I'm sure you've talked to Chelsea more than
Yeah.
more of what he thinks about it. But
yeah, that car's so good. It's like
it's lift and wheel at tree turn.
Yeah, with hardly any grip in the
Yeah.
car, hardly any drive, but it's a trailing arm car.
It's a long trailing arm.
Long
right?
trailing arm, McPherson strut front rack. So it's basically like kind of mini E36, E46 already. And the factory motor in that generation, 2.5 liter DI turbo motor. So the thing's 450.
Yeah.
Makes all the power down low.
Yep.
Total freight train.
Good weight distribution.
So sick. Like, it's one of those things that, like, bringing a Porsche into this is so Chelsea, because he's like the dude that does the different thing.
Yeah.
And it's so going against the purists. I love it. But also the fact that it's a Cayman and not a 911, because the Cayman is the bastard child of the Porsche lineup.
Yeah.
And a lot of the purists are like, oh, 911 till I die type of thing, and they don't like the Cayman. But in reality, the Cayman is the better car.
Now, what's the differences between the two?
Front engine, rear engine. 911's in the back. And body changes. Some of the suspension's a little bit different, but like, dude, car's sick.
Yeah.
People are gonna start buying them because you can get the base model older
they're
version for like not a lot of money. You just have to like figure out a motor for them.
When are you gonna go over there and drive it?
Dude, I don't know. I gotta call him and see. I want to try to convince him to let me run a lap in it, but
why doesn't he take it to the next Togue drift they do?
I don't know. I think they're building. I think he's putting I think he's got a sequential for it that's going in. So I think he's got like a new transaxle and a new like diff combination and all that kind of stuff. So I think he's trying to work all that out. And then I think the cooling system stuff. I think he's fixing a lot of the cooling system stuff. But because those coolers, a lot of the cooling is in the corners of the front end, like in the corners of the bumpers, totally in the danger zone for a drift car. So you got to move some stuff around.
Yeah. There's nowhere to put it in the back.
Yeah, nowhere to put it in the back. But you just put it in the front.
Yeah.
James Dean and Fredrik Osbo. Lorette, what is the energy?
New 911 is mid-engine now. Oh, dude, Porsche, listen, bro.
Yeah.
What's
Sick.
the energy from James Dean?
It's the move. Like, honestly, just like, I don't understand. A rear-engine car is so not proper when it comes to like being balanced.
Yeah, so moving forward into top 4, great position to be in. I'm really, really happy. It's tricky out there because the smoke is lingering even from the battles before you. So visibility is a lot worse than practice. I think there's no wind there now, so the smoke is just lingering. So when I was doing my lead run, I even was caught off our own smoke going back up the hill. So it's quite blinding. And then the chase run was even worse. So it's pretty challenging out there, but the battle with Matt, I went as hard as I could, felt strong. Obviously, it was a big battle after, we had the incident in Irwindale. So I was feeling ready for it, and I just wanted to give it my best. It was a clean battle, and yeah, into top 4. I'm not sure who I'm battling, but...
Pick up the gas, Dan.
Going to go against Fredrik Osbo, so we'll see you in the top 4.
Oh, no!
Dan Burkett at the stage left. He saved it. Going to that.
Damn, dude. He got caught up on the edge of the rumble strip. That's such a big hole there, too.
Simon Olsen, another Norwegian pilot, continues on. Dan Burkett gets it out there.
The Cayman could technically be FD legal, yes.
All right, so, dude, what happened to Burkett?
Man, that was wild.
The rumble strip just grabbed him, man.
Yeah, I think he was trying to keep up with his good buddy Simon Olsen, and yeah, you tip a wheel off, like we said, it's like a saw going up there. It's gonna rip into the side of the car, and Brad Dan gets a little rowdy in the dirt. So let's see here as we transition up into that first
Dude.
outside zone. Dan goes
Dude, he
really
caught that
He
hole.
got so lucky.
He caught the hole and it's straight in the car.
Looks like he's
There's like a
driving out of
cliff
there.
on
Didn't
the
we
left
lose
side.
an axle
Beautiful Mark
in that
IV
hole one year?
Supra.
Yeah.
Although that wing has
That's
seen
like
better days. That's
to the left side of that rumble strip up the hill. Is,
Before the rumble strip.
yeah, because there's a hole
Yeah,
right,
right.
here, and then it drops off, and it's legitimately like,
Look at that.
dude, it's probably, I want to say, a foot deep,
Yeah.
at least. It just eats suspension components.
Surprised he's driving it back.
You know, Rad Dan, that was the
Yeah,
complete
DB
opposite
did.
of
Wheels
Rad
probably
Dan.
broken.
That was Dar. That was Darnad.
Darnad.
Darnad,
Don't
bro.
do that, Darnad. Oh, man.
Austin's in the chat telling me what to do to a Cayman to build one.
I mean, he's a big Euro guy, dude.
Yeah. All right, Austin. So what's the move then? What's the what? So if I buy a cheap Cayman chassis, what motor do I swap into it to make like 350 wheel and be in it for less than 10 grand? Tell me the ways.
And that will be a forfeit on the side of Rad Dan. So all joking aside, an unfortunate turn of events for Rad Dan.
Boom. Holy shit, dude.
That's rough.
That's a hole. Oh, God.
He didn't want to dig it.
Viewer discretion advised. That was violent.
NC-17, kids, look away. Oh my gosh. Look at this guy.
So brutal.
Yeah, that's a hit, dude.
Oh, that drone. Oh, the drone.
That could have caused crazy damage, but regardless, it did DB'd.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately for Rad Dan. Yeah, unfortunately for him. You stoked. Simon Olsen. Another Norwegian. These Norwegians, the Norwegian takeover. I love the fish soup there.
Yeah, big fan.
Did you have the fish soup?
I did have the fish soup there. Let's have some like crazy pizza.
VR6.
Weird. I don't know. It was
Oh
delicious.
my god. Get out of here.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, they
all
make
joking
power, though.
aside, like
He's
I
not
said,
wrong.
Rad Dan digs that back left corner in, and what a big
Wait,
hit
can
there.
it be
I
the
see
same
his partner
podium as
over here,
last
Renee.
round?
She's still smiling, but that's just
I don't have a bracket. You don't have a bracket.
Hold on, I'll look up the bracket.
You said you're gonna look up the bracket.
It
Like,
said in the chat, could it be the same one? I'm gonna look.
Yeah, no. What's red, brown, and mulleted all over? Well, that's Rad Dan. So here we go. We're going to see Simon Olsen take a bye run. Oh, there's Joyce. Look at, and again, Joyce, I know Dan's like, oh, well.
Yeah.
Just that, golly.
Oh, man.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Here we go. Simon Olsen, bye run. Let's lay out. Listen to this V8 Vortex Supercharged Fuel Suspension, Pedal Commander GT Radial, S14. Simon Olsen.
Travis, do you agree with the current tire debeating rule?
The one where you can replace it and take your 5 if it happens in like a collision.
Well,
we might see it repeat
yes.
here. And
I think that's what he's asking.
So you can, if I remember it correctly.
This is crazy. Dude, what if Rome plays spoiler?
Hold on.
No, we already got 4.
Getting into the kitty litter.
Yeah, James Simon, Freddie, Odie. It could be the same exact podium as last event.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Steven said in the chat already.
This is nuts. I mean, yeah, just looking at like, I mean, already points races.
So if I'm not,
I mean, we've seen this from Odie Bakshi's too.
if I'm not wrong, the DB'd rule should be if you DB'd on your own accord by yourself on the first lap, you cannot. You cannot.
Just like there.
Just like there, he had to bow.
Broke stuff.
He had to bow out. But like, if there's contact and there's a DB because of contact or because of contact with like a wall or a part of the track, no, not even a wall, but like, say like St. Louis comes up the hill super aggressive and you can DB'd up the bank, you could use your 5 to put a tire on and the other person will get tires as well. I agree with that.
Yeah.
That thing looks like the Chucky doll, but let's see what he's got. Speaking of Chucky, Osmo's already in it. Here we go, Odie Bakshi's. That fuel suspension, S chassis. Car looks similar, but it's got the orange roof instead of the high-vis yellow. Odie Bakshi's, look at this. He's on rails. This car looks like
Odie, dude.
Oh, buddy. Throws up that dirt cloud, little brown cloud. Look out. Outside of that keyhole. And look at Rome.
Rome's car smoked.
Well done by Rome, Sharp, and Tier, and even with Odie going off in that second outside zone.
Yeah, Odie is struggling in that second outside zone, which is very rare to see Odie struggle, period. But see here. Good initiation there. Rome following in suit behind. Would like to see him a lot closer. Odie not going super deep for that first inside clip. First outside.
I think just floated.
Rome doing a good job in the mirroring. And
Like I said, dude, you cannot see.
Yeah, there's no timing as it gets dark.
And like, yeah, especially when it's dark and there's some smoke, like you cannot judge depth anywhere on this track.
And temps are coming down, so it's driving up the hill better.
He's doing everything he can. Here's the hard part, though. Rome's car, we know that alignment.
It's like strictly all muscle memory, every single bit of it.
Perfect alignment. Has got to find a way to battle this out without being inactive and without just slamming into the side of him.
Yep.
So it's tough. It's really tough when you're going up against an injured car at this point. Like there's a lot to think about.
Well, you got like you said, perspective of how much do I
Oh yeah, there's a benefit for headlights. You definitely need to have them most of the time. Depending on your light color, it can make the smoke worse or better, depending on what you choose. So a lot of teams are strategic with what your headlights are.
Here we go. RCP, sorry to cut you off. RCP, Rome Sharpens here coming down the hill. Paduto, whoa! There we go, losing parts here.
Dude, he did the same thing.
Oh, buddy! RCP goes rallycross.
Bro, you could have saved that. He barely tapped him.
We're going to have to run that back. We are definitely going to have to run that back because
dude.
Odie Bakshi's finished out. He doesn't even need to finish it out.
2024, stay on the gas, dude. Stay on the gas.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, what?
Holy cow.
Oh, my dude. Holy shit.
It's on fire.
Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
Get out. Get out, Odie.
Oh, my God, dude.
What the? Get out. I know he's out.
Dude, why is there so much fire this year?
Get out there, fire. Oh, shoot. God, what the heck? Oh, no.
Holy shit. Dude, that thing exploded. Yeah.
Did he hit the rumble strips or did it just explode?
I don't know. Hopefully they show a replay. I wasn't paying attention. I think that thing just hucked a rod or something. That looked like a oil fire.
Wow.
Holy shit. What are my thoughts on Rome's chassis?
That was intense.
I don't like it. I just like all the newer BMW suspension is like not as good as the trailing arm. So like you have to do a lot more to make it drive good, or you have to have a good tire that band-aids the fact that doesn't make good mechanical grip. That's my opinion. Like I wouldn't ever build a newer BMW than an E46.
Just be like going back to an S chassis.
Yeah, it'd be the same thing. I'd build a different car other than just like I wouldn't stay with BMW if I had to pick a newer car.
Cause a bit of a delay here for more reasons.
All right.
This was intended to be our final battle of the grade 8. Let's look at it again. One for the contact.
Dude, he totally could have stayed in. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. That irritates me.
He's not able to get the car back settled after
that irritates me. Stay on the gas.
As you said, Odie didn't need to really finish this run. It's a good idea, just in case, finish your run. You never know what could happen. But then right here, as he transitions up, you hear a pop.
Oh. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Something, yeah.
Yep, that thing hooked a rod, dude.
That was huge.
I feel like a fuel line.
He barely. Oh, my God, dude.
Can't hold on.
Chat, am I wrong for thinking he should have just kept going? Like, why did you drive into the kitty litter? He barely touched him.
It's becoming a thing.
Dude, that's two battles in a row that Rome did that.
Watch this. So maybe contact.
Yeah, that thing hucked a rod, dude. That thing blew up.
But Odie doing the smart thing, getting the car slowed down, getting out of the car first, and then it looked like he pulled fire suppression after that, which would have slowed the flames down a little bit. But yeah, I see what you mean. It looks like there's an oil streak behind the car.
Oh, yeah, look at that thing. It's shellacked.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if he popped an engine, and that's what the first crack was, and the second one was the block given way.
Oh, my gosh. Here it is in slow-mo.
There's the first pop. There's the second. Yeah, and third. Wow. So, yeah, I have a feeling.
That's like Turek Irwindale 5 years ago vibes.
Right now.
And oh, yeah.
Dude, that was a big explosion.
We saw the deduce who got the win here. And,
it's going to be a while cleaning all that mess up.
You know, analyzing it, I think Odie was too aggressive, to be quite honest. He had one tap, two taps, and, yeah, I'm just glad Odie's okay.
We got absorbed.
Hey, Odie, round of applause for Odie Bakshis. Round of applause for him. Let him hear you, please. Odie!
Dude, that's a bummer.
Hey, welcome.
Yeah,
again.
dude.
You got knighted earlier about the announcer's curse.
Yeah.
Luckily, Odie's got motors
There
and
it is.
stuff.
Round of applause for him. Odie Bakshis.
Holy hell.
You talked, yeah, thank you, brother. Glad you're okay.
Yeah.
You talked about how his car was.
So he finished the run. He probably gets the win, right? So who gets a bye into the finals?
Well, no, it depends on how they judge that. Because he didn't need to really run this because he has no car to chase after this.
Yeah.
Rome got on the gas 2.5 years too late and then drove into the kitty litter. And then Odie, this is just like pointless for Odie to keep driving. So
when that second tap happened, it is quite possible, very similar to what happened with Diego Higa. The wheel gets knocked to one side. You get some crazy toe. Yeah, wow, that is hard to watch. I mean, I'm just happy he's all right. I mean,
it is really hard to watch because you know how much work.
Dude,
goes into that we saw this.
That's like my biggest nightmare.
At round 1 or Tuesday before
In fear?
round 1.
Yeah, having a car like
explode and catch on fire.
Yeah, dramatically like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to not panic and just get out.
Yeah, I wonder if Odie pulled the suppression because like
it looked
most
like
of the time
he
you're
reached
just
in and did.
Most of the time you're just trying to get out.
Looks like he was taking his time.
Glad everybody's okay. Thanks for joining us here.
We're gonna be here for a minute hanging out.
Again, Jared, Deanna, Jacob Gens, our
Fire up the
judges there
chat.
analyzing.
We got stuff to talk about while they're cleaning up this oil for the next 20 minutes.
Simon Olsen are in our Type S Final Four. Who's going to join them? TBD here at FD ATL. This is Type S Road to the Championship presented by AutoZone. What a crazy! It's heating up here, literally and figuratively.
Looking for what comes next, for that moment when everything finally.
The fire suppression is not going to put that fire out so you can get out of the car. It's not going to save the car at all.
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Yeah, like you.
Max Gear is a high-performance synthetic gear oil designed to provide maximum
Like-
protection to heavily loaded gears.
You only have a small like 5-pound bottle, right? If that, not even that big, maybe 3-pound bottle.
I don't know what the rule
There's
is.
a nozzle in the trunk, a nozzle at your feet as the driver, and then a nozzle in the engine bay.
Yeah.
You can add extras, but that's the minimum, and most people just do the minimum.
It's an extra 10 seconds for you to get out of the car. That's all it's there for.
Yeah, exactly. And like, there's no fire suppression that can put that stuff out if it's that big of an oil fire. But obviously, like in a panic situation, you're trying to just get the hell out of the car so you don't die. But also, some of these fire suppressions, if you don't buy the right stuff, will just destroy the wiring harness and everything.
Yeah.
If you don't buy the right stuff.
The concept is racing.
What would Chelsea say if he was following Rome, Travis? Austin's trying to stir the pot.
And I think Summit's telling Christina what to say.
Matt doesn't like trees. Oh, yeah. Matt crashed his rally car into a tree a while back. Matt does not like trees. Trees don't move. Austin. I mean, people are saying Rome's arm is hurt and messed up, but I mean, James Dean drove a whole event with a broken collarbone after flipping a car and won the event. So
it's just going back to Jersey in 22. I mean, he did the same thing.
Yeah, he did drive off track lift in front of me in the finals in Jersey. So, like I said, I'm not saying
direction.
I can't say anyone's doing anything on purpose, but there's kind of a pattern.
Yeah.
But
I like the guy.
I like
I
like Rome, but like he seems to steer the wrong way often when he gets hit.
That's a good. Leave it at that.
So you can see how much we laid down, and you have to deduce that that's what caused the fire on Odie. Oil line popped, maybe hit headers, intake, something just poof, incinerated, popped the car. That was wild. Maybe, threw a rod and then oil pan opens up, gets on something hot, and then just explodes.
Yeah.
That was.
They're going way back. That first pop we.
Oh yeah.
That was probably the engine.
Yep. Wow.
Should I put huge cams in my S54 E46? Chelsea had pretty big cams in his. His did like 360 wheel or something with an intake. No torque though, but it sounded crazy and it was super sick at 9,000 RPM, so go for it. Also the largest airbox you can possibly put on the thing, the most ignorant like Eurotrash airbox you can find, put it on there. Because it sounds so good.
We are getting the score here, so slide him left for Odie, who obviously, wow, look at this. Odie Bakshis gets 1 vote.
Oh, they gave the win to Odie.
And now 3 votes. So Odie Bakshis gets the win, and Odie would have to drive his car, so essentially he would have to, I mean, I'm assuming he's not getting the car back in time.
So Odie's,
he would have to forfeit that
wait,
round.
who's the higher qualifier in the bracket?
Olsen, his teammate, would get the victory, but what an unfortunate turn of events here. And we'll get to that just for clarification. So let us collect our thoughts. Let's go under the hood.
Odie's seeded 3rd.
Odie does get the win officially, and we'll elaborate on
Okay,
that.
so who's
gather
in?
our thoughts,
Simon.
track, and we'll get back to you on that.
So it would have been Simon and Odie in the 4th, so Simon gets a bye.
Teammates on one side, but obviously
Yeah, and it's gonna be Simon and Dean. Wait, Dean has to be. He's in the 4th.
Goes under the hood. We'll be right back.
Osbo's in still then?
Yeah.
Okay, Osbo qualified 5th, so Odie gets 3rd on the box no matter what.
I left him at home. I forgot to bring him. Sorry, Austin. I did have a few during top 32.
If there's a Pacific Northwest Toga event, would you come out and drift? Yeah, duh. I'm trying to scout roads right now. I'm trying to get Drift Appalachia to come out here, dude.
What's up, everybody? I'm Chris
There's so many roads to drive.
But permitting's hard out here. Depending where.
Yeah.
Like, there's some good roads up by Mount Hood that would be really that have been scouted for like tarmac rally events. But permitting is really, really hard.
Yeah, interesting. Because Turk did that event with the Ferrari car up in Scappoose, and they was super easy for them to close that road. Yeah.
So maybe it's just county.
It might be just county related, but dude, there's so many roads. Even down in like Medford area, like where Kaufman drives a bunch, there's so many roads down there as well.
For our program, because we have so many different resources at our fingertips. Also, being in Southern California, we have so many different teams and drivers that have the supplies that you might need. Just being able to work together and having this huge community in SoCal is very helpful. Drifting it's my life. It's all I've ever done. Since I was able to drive a car, I've been trying to slide it. I've been to every single
1 Series seems like a horrible car if you think about it. Bros going through subframes left and right. Every car has their like downsides. That's like the Z thing with the aluminum subframes.
Yeah.
Because they break super easy. My biggest thing is like, you went from a car that has the most forward drive possible with that trailing arm, arguably, like that and like Turk's Corolla when it's like hooked up, that could be the fastest car on the grid, hands down, regardless of tire. But also, you took away all of your torque advantage by not leaving the V8 in the car. So that's like another disadvantage of that. So you have to like really be tricky on your gearing to make sure that you're in the power band all the time now, having a turbo car when you're used to driving a V8 car.
That's what brought me to California.
Now that was his. Was he planning on running that car this year?
He'd been testing it for a while.
I know he'd been testing it, but did the Shanahan thing come along? And then he's like, well, maybe I'll just drive it and you can drive.
Yeah.
E36.
I think it had something to do with it, but
that were inducted into the Los Angeles Sports.
I don't know. I know.
We got our plaques in the ground.
I would imagine. I saw some videos of like Shanahan here, and he was testing some cars at Willow with Odie, with Rome, and like I kind of assumed that he would try to rent a car from Odie if the budget was there.
That's what I thought.
And take Hobson's car. Just because it's so proven. Maybe it was financially made more sense to take Rome's car, but it could have had something to do with it. Maybe Shanahan was like, I want to drive this car because I like it so much, and Rome kind of like fast-tracked doing the other car because of that to get Shanahan in for like a good deal or something. So many logistics on the back end, but like, I don't know. You never know.
Yeah, it's a step back for sure.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, they got so much oil to clean up. So much oil. Should there be a third battle? There should be now that
there's no qualifying.
There's no physical qualifying. I think there should be a third battle if it doesn't affect like the run of show.
crazy.
Well, it's quicker right now, so I think add like with barely any one more times.
Dude, this has been so fast. It's only 6:45.
I know.
9:45 over there, but it's 6:45.
I'm gonna get home and it's still gonna be light out. And do some yard work.
Dude, right? It's so dark. It's dark in here, but it's still light outside. It's gonna be light for another 2 hours.
Is the coffee shop still open?
No, they close
Oh
at 4,
man, I
I
want a
think.
latte.
Dude, just
Need some
walk
coffee.
up there and fire up the machines, dude. Let her rip.
Tell Austin to come back and make me a coffee.
Austin, Matt needs a coffee, dude. We need you to come back and make him something.
Little angular bits on it to make it look
Let's see.
less smooth on track, if you will. The body on the car has been pretty factory for the past 2 years, and now there's more aftermarket parts available. We have more angular pieces wrapped around the bottom of the car to help with the visualization of throwing the car down.
Yeah, you have to have a plan. Most of these places, if you are running a road, there's got to be a plan to repair it when you are done. That's how it is, even with our rally events.
Oh, really?
Roads usually get graded afterwards, so it's worked into the budget.
Got it.
For the event.
Yeah, I'm always curious about that, like those mountain drift events, like the Drift Appalachia stuff. That's super sick, by the way. I can't wait to drive one of those later in the year, but
I'm sure they got to have some sort of repair plan.
Like if someone, like blasts through a K-rail and like destroys something like of the street, like are they liable, or is the city just like write it off and put a new one in and you paid the fee and they're like whatever?
We have to utilize the
But let's see. Next time you want to come drive up north, check out. I live like 40 minutes from Spirit Peaks Detox. I'm like right down the road basically. Because I'm like in Vancouver, Portland area.
We are not allowed to completely change the subframe out. We have to utilize the
No, I won't be at LZ World Tour Canada. I'm gonna get the banana ready. It's gonna be going to wiring like first thing next week, and it should be done. And I'm gonna hit basically straight to Grid Life Midwest, and we're gonna do Gingerman Grid Life. We're gonna do Lime Rock Grid Life. We're gonna do Laguna. I'm gonna hit a Drift Appalachia. I might do the Road America one. I don't know, but I'm gonna do basically a mini like Grid Life tour with my E36 and just jam out for funsies. Sick.
I would say that it definitely helps to have a shop to do all these modifications.
What's the cutoff date? When do you have to leave to get to Midwest Grid Life?
Depends on how fast I want to drive. If I want to drive the rig through the night, I
how
basically
fast can Brian wire a car?
Right, I have to leave in like 3 weeks.
We're making our own angle kits and cutting and modifying knuckles, things like that.
It'll work. The car's pretty close, so just needs a couple little things. Needs a wiring harness and some electronics, and then bolt the panels on it and a couple stickers and stick in the trailer.
It'll burn out down the street. And
It'll burn out down the street, dude.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Now we just got to convince Christina to let me take a couple more trips.
Nissan Z chassis, and we actually, when we first got
So now we just got to convince Christina to let me take a couple more trips.
Oh yeah, dude. Christina, let Dad come hang out with his kids. I'll find an RV, drive an RV around, take a little vacation, come to the tracks. Oh yeah, Austin, I'm doing Lime Rock. By the way, I'll see you there, sweetheart.
Better, easier to work on. We found a lot of weight. We pulled 50 pounds out of the car this year, a lot of it off the front end, which is the worst.
I do planning on coming up to Evergreen for a couple events just for fun later in the year. I don't know if it'll either be open drifts or maybe some of the bigger events, but I do want to come up there and drive a little bit. It's weird because like I did Pro-Am at Evergreen and got my license through Evergreen Pro-Am, but I've only actually driven the track a handful of times. I've driven it 6 or 7 times with FD, 4 times for Pro-Am, and probably only 2 private days other than that. And I've been drifting for like 13 years. I just never go up there for some reason because like I always had Park and Spirit Peaks closer.
Just too far away.
Yeah, but it's not that far. It just made sense to like jump on the freeway for 45 minutes and go down to Park or up the road for a little bit. But I will come up for sure.
Have you heard anything about Park? Are they still trying to
Yeah, they're
jump through hoops.
They're still trying. So last I talked to Chris was Chris, the owner of Pat's Acres. One of the best car tracks ever for drifting down here. If you guys haven't seen videos of Park, definitely watch them because its place is awesome. But they were fighting some permitting issues and just dealing with the county and just trying to jump through the hoops. I know this was like their last ditch effort lately to try to get everything rolling again, and just like fingers crossed that they'll know in the next couple weeks, I think, if it's going to work. Yeah, I know they did another event for sound and took some tests, try to see if they were over or under a decibel limit. So they're playing with that. Hopefully it can come back because I miss driving that place. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting on Chris. I need to get him in here, do like a little podcast with him if it does come back, and do some videos around that because everyone wants to come here to drive Park. Everyone loves that place.
The old Turk Bash after Seattle. Yeah, that place is sweet.
Yep, Thrash Bash when Chelsea did it or whatever. But yeah, so good. Christina needs more mommy days, then they can play race cars with us.
Wow, going under the hood as we saw the hood pop on Odie's vehicle.
Can't go on vacation again. I don't know if Summit would like that.
Final four is set.
Did you guys watch Pro Spec? I watched the 32 and the seating bracket of Pro Spec. I did not watch the 16 to the finals yet.
What's going on with you up there?
Well, first and foremost, we wanted to grab Odie for, all right, that question. No
locals do anything to help the owners at Park. I've offered my services, and I'm sure a lot of other people have with Chris, people that know him closely. I just know, like, if Chris needed our help, he would definitely put a big blast out and have everyone there in a heartbeat, and he'd have thousands of people at the courtroom pleading the case if need be. So if that comes up, then I'm sure everyone will know, and we'll all be there.
Absolutely great throughout the whole run. It was amazing power. Yeah, crossing the line, massive pop. So it went from 1,000 horsepower to nothing. And then after, trying to drive off, when it popped, it went straight towards the K-rail. So from angle, it straightened out, and there's a K-rail really close to the finish of the finish line. And that's what worried me the most. It wasn't, yes, there was a fire. I need to get out of the car, but I knew if I don't muscle without power steering out of the grass, the car's gonna go into a K-rail, and then it hurts. I've gone into a K-rail head on like that. It hurts a lot. So that was my first thought. And then as soon as I got out of that, then it was like, okay, how quickly can I stop the car? And I realized, man, I'm moving pretty fast. It's taken a while to actually stop this thing. And unbuckling, I have my cool suit fitting. I had my helmet fitting. There's a lot of stuff I got to undo before I could even get out of the car. So it's just managing stopping and hopping out. And then when I hopped out, it was getting worse and worse. I was like, I got to get away from this thing. There's nitrous in it. The Ignite race fuel is still running through its veins. This might not be great. I pulled, thankfully, the fire suppression on my way out, and I think that really allowed the crew to...
Oh, so Odie did pull the fire suppression.
Yeah, it looked like he reached back in when he was getting out.
Kept it out of the wall, though, which is sick.
Yeah.
Did the fire come inside the car?
I felt it pulling the out because it was getting hot. As soon as it's hard to breathe or you feel and smell something, that's when this is not good.
You can tell he's flustered.
Really is Amy.
Oh, for sure.
How she saw it over the radio. I heard it over all the sounds. Odie, get out of the car. Odie, get out of the car. It was like a siren, an alarm, over and over and over. And that's when I was like, yes, I'm trying, but yes, I got to go even faster, even if I have to rip these wires off of me that are hooked up to get out of the car.
Yeah. We're so relieved that you're okay, Odie. You were awarded that win, and now I know you have a lot of work ahead of you.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going back to California until Orlando, unfortunately. But that's how it is. We're vested in the sport. Luckily, thankfully, I have my family out here, my kids, my wife. So I got to enjoy the moments while they're here before they fly home. And we'll see what happens. A lot of work for me, and I got to really sweet talk my crew into staying longer and working longer. So.
Odie, we're so relieved you're okay. Thank you so much for all your insight. Jared.
You can just feel the emotion there. Thank you, Lorette, for asking the hard questions.
Yeah,
you
that's
can just
tough.
feel it. You hear it. You see it. Now you can really see it. So you know, the verdict there, Odie, like you said, he's got the support, but let's see what's going on. Now let's elaborate with Reese Marin, if you could throw on your headset there. And
My boy
elaborate,
Reese, dude.
You know, one, the judging, as well as with Odie getting the win. So why'd Odie get the win, for one? And then two, as far as advancement, what's going to happen here, Odie Olsen?
So what it really came down to is that we do notice that when Odie was chasing Rome, there was a little bit of contact there. There was a bump, and there was another little tap. We as the judges don't feel that those bumps or those hits caused Odie to go off track the way it did. We kind of see that he kind of just coasted a little bit.
For Rome to go off track.
Yeah, for Rome to go off track. We kind of see, you kind of see comes here. There's a tap there. There's another tap there, and then he kind of just coasts a little bit, gets back on throttle, goes off track into the gravel pit. We don't feel that Odie hits were hard enough in order to make Rome's car react that way.
Okay. So yeah, and yeah, you know,
I was right, chat.
Diego Higa tap. That
That's
was
what I
pretty
said.
substantial. It was parallel, and you saw Odie.
Maybe his car
pull
shut down or
right.
something.
And you know, like you said, just scrutinizing this. So there you go. You guys are unanimous with that. Odie now gets the win. Have you guys discussed, Robbie? Have you guys discussed now? You know, as far as the judge now with Odie moving on, he's not going to be able to run. Like, he needs a new motor. It's not going to be put back together. What happens with the Olsen-Odie battle?
So the Olsen and Odie battle is pretty much going to be Olsen having to do his buy run, and he's pretty much going to be a free pass up to the finals. So now we're going to have to find out who's going to move ahead and go against him. Is it going to be Dean or Osbo?
Okay, so Simon Olsen will advance on due to Odie having to retire, so will be a buy run there. Thank you, Reese. Yep, thank you so much. Reese giving some clarification there as far as the verdict. Robbie Nishida giving us some insight. So again, they don't feel that substantial. Boom, it's a hit. Looks like.
Yeah, he was
you know,
off throttle.
You can see the wheels.
He was off
at
throttle
angle,
for a
and then just
while.
the other tap. He shoots right. Yeah. Okay, thank you. This is a sight lap due to obviously all the oil being down on track. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would hope they give sight laps after half the run up and
just to
half the
make sure
initiations
that
covered in
the
oil.
slick has all gone away.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
I mean, the track staff here, it's a world-class facility.
Absolutely.
They know what to do. They've been through this before, but obviously we want to make sure that the drivers know what it feels like, know what they need to do. You know, know
Yeah,
how the
James
cars can
Dean
react.
and
So, sight lap,
Olsen
very
rematch,
similar,
just
you
not
know,
in the rain.
So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you think
absolutely.
Dean's going to beat
Love you,
Osbo?
Odie, and, again, some. What's up, Doc?
Oh, he still has to do that, huh?
Yeah, we still got to do that one.
Dude, I get ahead of myself
it
here.
just gets to this point, and this is what we anticipate, man. I mean, Formula Drift. I was just talking to coincidentally Stefan Papadakis, who
Sight lap. We're getting ready.
Yeah, they're sight lapping for sure. There's
And I
so
feel
much
like
oil dry
everybody's
down.
Vehicle is at 11. Yeah. What that means is it's a 1,000+
Oh, what's up? You're back.
Running
Where's
on the
my coffee,
razor's
dude?
edge, maxing out the angle. I mean, these
Dad wants a
Ruby
coffee,
Valley
dude.
Cars in its prime.
I'm joking.
These are
Don't break
absolutely
the connection.
weapons, and it's just amazing to see. But with that, you know, Oppenheimer bomb, you know, it's on that razor's edge.
Yeah, it's
Don't
so
compare
tough, and
Rome to-
we've had to get to this point again. This happens every few
I don't think
years
I'd go
where
that far.
Some parts of the
He definitely just
components
did not
start
pick
to
up the throttle. He just drove off the track to the right.
as fast.
I was just hoping they caught it, because like if they put Odie at fault for that, I would have been upset.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I do everything in my power to keep the tires lit and try to keep it on track, even if someone hits me.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like,
Yeah, talk about
I don't
this.
know, it's the-
At 11, James Dean.
What?
He saw this in Long Beach. Here we go.
Thank you.
James Dean, Frederick Osbo,
Dad-
the winner
yeah.
here.
Dad
goes
wants
on against
a
Simon
Miller
Olsen.
Lite.
Do you know who's guaranteed a podium? James Dean, guaranteed third, even if he loses, and of course because Odie.
Oh, here we go.
You know, that would be crazy. But here we go. James Machine Dean, our points leader, going against Frederick Osbo, currently 5th in points. 6-time champions between these guys, 3 aside. James
Oh, they got
Dean
telemetry.
Seen that speed there, mile per hour.
dude, Osbo's dive and run up the hill. Oh, he lifted a little early. Dean missed his outer zone too, like crazy.
Ooh, James Dean comes a little bit short of that second outside zone. Now past that second inside clip in the horseshoe. Frederick Osbo navigates outside of the horseshoe. Now past and into that final
Dude,
flip.
Osbo's chase up the hill.
Not seeing it get
You
loose.
do not
That's a
see
good
that
thing.
very
Track
often
is
anymore.
clear.
Like you
Thank
you
so
do
much to
not
the staff.
see.
Crazy, man. I'm just,
Oh, welcome to the party. You do not see anyone with momentum up the hill to chase people at this track anymore. So good.
Fluid, too.
Yeah, so good.
Holds that outside zone almost better than James Dean does, who gets into late into the second outside zone. Great jump through that inside clip.
Oh, man. Plain Rockstar original? I haven't had one of them in a while.
They changed the flavor, too, bro. Like,
Tastes the same to me.
Does
it's
it?
more syrupy.
It is. It's like sweeter almost. I don't know. It's different.
Welcome back.
What's up?
We're like in the final four. Odie's car exploded. Were you watching?
I saw
Okay.
that. Yeah, I was trying to get you to talk crap about Rob. Didn't follow my lead.
When you got James Dean, multiple time champion in front of you, you know he's going to run hard, you know he's going to run clean, and that's what we saw.
Austin's trying to bait the drama over the live
I'm
stream.
just joking. I just seemed a little heated about the whole like stopping thing, and I was like, oh, this seems like
No, I just like
good opportunity for some clickbait.
I'm not talking shit. I just like
I think Osbo is
I
really
just
gonna twist the screws.
try not
He
to
wants
ever
he
lift.
wants to
You
get it
looked at
back.
me like, what are you
And
doing?
I'm
just joking. I'm just joking.
James Dean has won 7. Frederick Osbo has run 4.
But yeah, that was a little weird. And I saw the like.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, here we go. Frederick Osbo, the Norwegian Hammer out front. James the Machine Dean.
Jeez.
Dude, so much
that
entry
entry was
was an entry.
wild. Holy shit.
Fucking nasty.
Rolled him up the hill, dude. That's it, dude.
Bills 2.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Osbo finishes the lap. It's his.
Zone by Osbo. James wasn't out there. Look at that dial. Oh, wow. Headlight to tail light on that transition.
Spicy,
Yep,
dude.
that's it.
Wow, bro.
That's it. No Dean in the finals.
That was nasty, dude.
Osbo's
Flick
entry,
was
that was
nasty.
insane. That was actually insane.
Dude, that transition, that was so sick.
Look at the angle that Osbo throws in here. We talk about him being a robot.
Dude, and he does this weird thing too. That's what I mean. We talk about robot. Like, dude flicked it in to the angle and stayed. There's no
it's
wavering.
set.
There's no easing into it. It's just like
Yeah, Osbo's rate to angle has always been crazy. He's good at snapping the car quickly and staying there. And I don't know if it has to do with their car setup, but they figured out how to do that at Irwindale. And I don't understand how. Sorry, I want to look at this one more time.
We're going to get a side-by-side here, but look at the amount of angle that Osbo, it's almost like he knew the kitty litter's not going to have
Yeah, now Dean will get third, and Odie will get bumped off the podium.
Damn.
Yeah, you're talking
Yeah, dude,
about
there's
stuff that
no
picked up the
corrections.
solvent.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I feel
You
like
think he's using that to his advantage?
and I wouldn't put it past him. I think he's like, hey, I know that this is going to let me slide a little bit more. I'm going to hawk 90 degrees.
Travis, what do you think his difference? Why is he so like? Does he have like that gift, like that knack? Like, why? How do you get that consistent?
ice driving.
You think so?
It just
I think that has a lot to do with it. Driving on ice. Olsen's done a lot more now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
Norwegian dudes.
Osbo's in. So, like, a lot of it is the car you're paired with and how you train. But there is a level of experience that, or not even experience. There's like there's a little bit of natural talent that like separates that extra 5%, and I think Osbo has like something a little different than everybody.
Sure.
But he also gets paired with cars that fit his driving style well, and he's really good at adapting if the car doesn't fit his driving style for some reason.
I've always wondered what the
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hold on a
Next
second.
stop are the finals.
Holding on 1 second. Want some pizza, dude? You bought it. Oh.
He shows up and he's in here making changes already. Like, that doesn't sound right.
Mm-hmm. Immediately twisting knobs. You couldn't hear me?
He's overdoing you.
But no, there's something about like the level of consistency and and also like I feel like he's so good at riding the line like that just enough to be in your fucking door, but like predicting the future in a sense to know when to fucking back off or something. Like, it's weird.
There's a lot of confidence in knowing the car is going to do exactly what he wants it to do every time, and that.
And not having to worry about if you wreck the car, if it'll get fixed or not.
There's a big that plays a huge part.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel like, and you could tell even the dudes who have those those big sponsors, those massive names. Like there's just there's a certain level of comfortability that you can't get without that.
For
like
sure.
They just that's an instant advantage, and people think that that's not like that's not a big play. It's a huge player, bro. It's a massive player.
How many times did I worry about crashing my car and not drive to my ability because I didn't know if I could afford to fix it?
Also, how many other people are doing that? It's not just you.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure we had that conversation like 80% of the rounds.
Yep, pretty much. Like, hey, should I drive in my limit?
Yes.
Knowing that I have to pay to put this car back together if I crash it?
Dude, it's sort of like that thing. It's the same. It's the whole money concept, bro. It's just like without like when you have more money, you could do more shit with it, or like you'll take bigger risks because you can support that.
Would you rather be hated and have a championship or be loved and never get a championship? Hated. You'd rather have the trophy and be hated?
Some people will love you still.
I mean, keep your circle small, right? I guess. I think I'd rather be loved and not get a trophy.
I love you.
That's all he needs.
Thanks, Dad.
Cheap, easy, works.
That's a tough one for me. I don't know.
Yeah,
it depends. I think it really depends on what my internal
I mean, he
goal
said
was.
hated, so that sounds like a lot of people hate you.
Yeah. Depending
I
on
don't
the
know.
winning, the hate, the why of the hate, but
I just don't want. I just don't want the negativity. No trophy is worth that negativity in my life. Austin says hated 1,000%.
I think I'd be hated. Just because you don't like, who gives a fuck what people think?
Yeah, I don't.
There's always
No,
gonna be people
for
hating.
sure.
Yeah.
God, you guys are opposite of me then, I guess.
You can't worry about what other people think, dude. You can't.
Well, I don't give a shit about what people think, but if I'm like constantly getting flamed on the internet because everybody just like truly hates me, like that takes a toll.
Okay,
on
are we
people.
talking about? Let's
He
rephrase the
said
question.
Hated.
No. Are we talking about people people on the street walking up to being like, "You're fucking piece of shit. Like, screw you. You're a douche."
Imagine winning a championship, holding a trophy, and being like, "I want to celebrate with my friends," and you got no one with you.
What's the point, right?
Hold on, I'll watch this buy run.
So much. Yeah. This is wild. So check out the buy run here from Simon Olsen.
Where did he come from, dude?
Let that thing scream.
Yep, let it rip.
Norway.
I know, but like 2 years ago,
He stepped in that S chassis and it was a game changer.
Yeah.
Those cars work so well.
Dude, Austin says record books can't hate, dog. Hated, but you got a trophy, can't brag to nobody.
Yeah, I see your point, though. I see your point. What's the point of if everybody hated you? You'd have a few people that would love you.
So Steven goes, so imagine just sitting at the autograph session and everyone just passing by you, just walking around you, not giving you the time of day, and you're sitting there with a championship trophy, and everyone's like,
"This is an
"That guy
unrealistic
sucks."
question."
Then you don't have to rush for hero cards every event.
It's an unrealistic question.
No, but also, what if like everyone loves you, but you can't get past the seating bracket for the next 10 years? You never win a battle, but everyone loves you. You're their favorite.
I think it just depends on what your goals are in life, dude. If your goal in life is to win a Formula Drift championship, I'd be hated.
Now that we're in the finals, I'm trying to watch what Simon is doing, and you know, first I got to say I'm so proud of him. He's been one of those guys that have delivered on the promise that he's going to be here competing with the best, and now he's at the top. So Simon is doing it, and I'm excited to battle him, and I'm excited to have gotten this far. And you know, those 2 runs with James, that's what it's about. You know, I think both James and I can agree that we were all in, and you know, we got the curveball sent at us with the oil spill, and we just gave it absolutely everything we got.
And it must inspire a lot of confidence for you going against a driver like James Dean. You know he loves this sport so much. You know he's a straight-up driver. That confidence for you must be at an all-time high.
Yeah, I mean,
That's true too, dude. You got that
James
like
is at the top. right?
He just
And
knows
he's
he's gonna
proven that
fucking win,
over and
bro.
over again, and
He's confident.
Like
Who?
Osbo.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there is not one person in FD that goes up. Okay, maybe one or two that goes up against him and is like, I got this in the bag.
That's the mentality you need, though.
I know, but that's what I mean. Like you draw Osbo, you go. No one says, let's go, easy route. Everyone goes, fuck.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he
I
knows
mean,
that.
I was always excited to drive against Osbo.
Shut up the fuck up. No way, dude.
Yes, I was. I'm like, we can trust him. I don't have to worry about getting
I
wobbled.
mean, he spins every time in front of you in practice, though.
That is true. For some reason, Osbo's car, very rare occasion that Osbo's car breaks or he makes a mistake, it was always in front of me in practice. That is a fact.
That's funny. You really thought that? You were like, the trust was more than like,
I
oh,
would
dude,
ra- I would
I got the
rather-
most consistent guy in FD that I know isn't going to mess up, so now I can't mess up.
Exactly. You don't get better by driving when people are worse than you.
You'd rather chase that in 32 than
I would
Mohan.
I
Sure,
would
in
much
32.
rather battle Osbo, Chelsea, Odie, like those names early in the bracket than have to go up against someone who like consistently can't hold it together or car breaks or like is a crash risk or something, because then it's a mind fuck because you can't figure out how you want to drive as a competitor because you can't predict them. It's way easier to drive against Osbo and Dean and all those dudes because you know that like it's a safe bet that they're gonna like throw down and you can just drive as hard as you want.
I can feel it.
But yeah. What was my cost to run a round of FD?
I know what my cost was.
On average, probably
say 10 to 15 grand.
I'm a
rounds.
very low budget team. It was probably 15 grand in a van.
It's like Chick-fil-A every night, low budget.
Yeah, low budget, 15,000 a round, roughly. Some things are spending more than that.
We can talk about this later. Remind me to tell you about Alan. Just let me just say that.
About Alan?
Alan.
I don't even know who Alan is.
He owns, I did a podcast with him.
Okay.
He's a serial entrepreneur, owns like 28 companies and has like $100 million pet company. And I was like, hey, Alan, you like Ferraris and race cars, right? You should meet my friend Travis Reeder. You own a pet.
Who's a serial poor guy? You're a serial rich guy.
Like,
he's really good at being broke because he chose racing.
He's like a guy that wants to just like go
What kind of pet company?
Or not a pet company. Fuck, a pest company.
Pest? Oh, dude, you have a giant ant on the side of your car?
Like, yeah, exactly, dude. That's what I'm going with.
Matt's a pest to the team, dude. That's why I kicked him off last year.
That's why I quit after Irwindale.
Oh.
Wait.
No.
Got it.
Sore subject.
So
I mean, yeah, we can talk about.
No,
Alan.
we're gonna talk about Alan.
Okay.
Later.
All right.
But I was just like pumped on it. I was like, oh,
all right,
yeah, I
chat.
should,
Here's
like,
the
put
deal.
this together.
This is how you get money to go racing. It's not about who you are. It's about who you know.
It's about
Literally, it's
you gotta
meeting
know Alan.
random people.
I don't know Alan.
That point you in the right direction of the right people, or you're independently wealthy.
Hey, there was another question on here though too. Can we go up to that? I forget what it said.
Which one?
Go down to the down. You're behind on the questions, I think.
You're talking about.
I think this is the most we've talked the whole time. He shows up and he just like gets conversation flowing.
Sorry.
It's good.
It's bad.
It's good.
Okay. It's really bad. Actually.
What's the other question?
I thought the Chick Hicks, bro. Somebody loves cars. You know who Chick Hicks is?
Yeah.
Freaking
the
dude.
Chick Hicks type of championship.
Everyone hates Chick Hicks.
Hey, also here, what about this one? With even with no championship, if everyone loves you, you'd have good brand deals.
See, now you're just like throwing stuff in there. These are all like what ifs.
Just saying, dude.
Points leader? We'll see.
Austin said you were too old, so you left.
Yeah,
falling apart.
I can't.
Dude,
I'm
next year's
getting sloppy.
Next year's a different game. Next year's a different game.
Next year we're gonna pull up in 3 semis and 10 cars,
and they're all not gonna be.
Are you gonna spot next year?
Porsches.
They're all Porsches.
You gonna spot next year?
Yeah, I'm down. Are you gonna crew chief
Here
next
it is,
year?
dude.
No.
Why?
Because I'm not.
I don't want to do it.
Wow, thanks guys. Appreciate it.
Travis already knew though.
Are you gonna critique next year? I'm not. I don't want to do it.
What if the budget's there to pay you more? Would you do it?
You guys are funny.
I don't know.
You
Tough.
Yeah, you don't think
I'm enjoying the
It is a
change.
lot of-
I'm
it's a lot of
enjoying the
time.
change I made right now.
What did you like not like about the whole doing it on a low budget adventure? Was you thinking most of it was money and stress?
It's super stressful.
Yeah.
It just.
Sorry, I'm looking at this bracket.
I don't know. It was getting stagnant.
Yeah.
Not just the program and stuff. I just needed a change. Like it wasn't as fun as it used to be anymore.
I could see that, bro.
You know.
Yeah, I get it.
It was the 7th year I had done it.
Oh, really?
So,
You've been
yeah.
doing it that long?
Yeah.
Like with you?
No.
Since
Matt.
2020 with him.
Who'd you start with?
Forsberg.
Okay.
When they were at Nameless, and then I went
That's
to Honadale, the whole Huddy situation, and then I did half a season with Dylan
The whole
until
Huddy situation.
Bro,
until
I
Huddy stopped
we
paying
need to
me.
get Huddy on the failure podcast, bro.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. We could talk about all the failures.
No, you have successful people on your podcast. You would actually, it would be the failure podcast.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I'd be like, bro, this is the one.
You want to get the retax dude on here?
What was up with that?
Retax back.
Ryan has the worst fucking luck, bro. with sponsors. Thank goodness Rain-X came aboard.
No, sometimes
So
you
it's
just
just stagnant?
sometimes you just need a change, and I did some more rally stuff as well last year, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. What did you enjoy most about?
I guess they're not
crew chief
for a minute.
Telling people what to do.
Yeah.
No. Chassis setup.
Yeah, just like the real nitty gritty shit.
And not having to roll around on the ground and work on the car much anymore.
Yeah.
Was nice. But more involved, more input in the car setup. I like. So.
Yeah, I could see how it could be stressful, bro. I think it'd be more, I think it'd be fun with. I think a lot of creating an experience has to do with who you surround yourself with.
If I could do all of it, absolutely.
Yeah. But you got a family too, man.
Yeah, and I just kind of had to make a decision on what one I wanted to do, and unfortunately, it went the opposite
I wasn't
direction.
mad for Matt leaving. Like he needed that.
Well, sure, here, I get it. Yeah.
I travel about the same amount of events, but I'm not gone as much.
Yeah.
So it's a little. I'm home a little more. 2 of the events are local, so there's only like 6 travel events.
I would be a great spotter because I enjoy watching, and I feel like nitty gritty type shit. Like I could get really good at that, but I don't like.
Scotty's calling me during the live stream.
Scotty D?
Yeah.
Who's Scotty D?
He's also my old spotter.
Oh, sick.
I took over
who also
after.
quit.
But
took over
I
after.
wouldn't be good at.
Dude, what do you
as
want?
a
I'm
crew
live.
chief? I'm not good enough mechanic.
That's different. Austin would be a good crew chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin would have.
I've got Matt,
Austin,
my
too.
former spotter, next
The
to me.
other Austin. Yeah, Austin and Austin.
He was supposed to
Yeah,
be my
we
spotter
fucked.
this year, and then my previous spotter on the phone. So we're all hanging out on the live stream together, live stream pirating a live
Dude,
stream.
we can Bluetooth him in.
Big
Yeah, I'd be live in a bunch of. Oh, it's finals. Bye.
All right, who you got? I'm gonna go Olsen because I want the underdog.
Osmo's a machine right now. Literally.
Someone's got to take the boss down, dude. Even Osmo had more angle.
With more, he's been doing that all night.
Yeah.
More angle on initiation than the lead
in the
car.
chase, dude. Okay, beautiful, consistent line though.
Don't get pinched.
Asbo is shallow the chase.
Yeah.
In the keyhole.
He's gonna push here.
Dude.
Olsen, dude, that was
good
a
lead.
textbook lead run.
Yeah.
Yep.
Osmo of yesteryear. I mean, just again, was
Yikes.
the big wow X factor? I think he was.
Dude, Osmo's angle in the chase on initiation is crazy. Like right here.
He gets to angle faster.
Faster
in
angle,
chase and
more angle, and lights off first.
That inside clip doesn't quite punch it. Frederick Osmo getting lost a little bit in the smoke as they push up to that first outside zone.
Playing it a little safe,
Keeping the
but
smoke
yeah.
going, only using a little bit of that decel zone.
How you guys feeling about
Olsen missed inner clip 1 pretty far and was a little bit out of outer zone 2.
Olsen almost perfectly. Look at that. Beautiful.
I don't know. We'll see. You know, Osmo's gonna throw clean lead run. So if I think if Olsen doors him a little bit better than Osmo just did, is a little more aggressive, he's got it.
He's closer.
It's gonna be up.
in 2. Outer's a keyhole is going to play a big role in it.
It's going to be... Yeah, if Olsen loses, it'll be him making a mistake, not Odie out driving him. Like it'll be he will lose to himself.
What'd you say? Odie?
Just
kidding.
I know my wife's talking shit over
Olsen.
here.
A critical point.
That's what I meant.
What the judges have really been focusing in on. But to your point, what you brought to attention
good
is
point.
that second inside clip in the keyhole.
Yeah, me too, bro. But I'm broke.
Yeah, Dad should be driving race cars, not working on them.
car.
Same.
For potentially the final time, who's going to get the win? Osbo or Olsen? Osbo out front, Rockstar.
Oh, he just...
Dude.
Oh, my...
Jesus Christ.
Holy
Okay. You punted that.
Bro.
Who cares? Who cares?
Not even in the same chat room right now. Going
Yeah.
into that second outside zone.
Okay.
Olsen does come
Okay.
up a bit short here. Osbo, again, undefeated against Olsen. Olsen wants to get it back.
How is his car so fast?
Oh my.
How's his car so fast?
Bro, 7 Papadakis.
To that top spot, Osbo and
Papa Mama
Olsen,
kiss.
an
Papa-
amazing battle. Did Olsen do enough? There's
Dude, okay, hold on though. Hold on. Let's think real. Was he too aggressive on that initiation?
He was trying to catch up.
Did he throw him off?
If they... The only thing that they might call against Osbo is maybe drug the handbrake for too long on the initiation.
Dude, look at... Oh, my God.
But he was lit off, dude. They can't fault him for it.
No.
With that angle, they can't fault him for it.
He just got rolled.
He got rolled down the straightaway,
And you
dude.
can't catch up. And then he overcooked it.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Won.
see you later. Whee!
Freaking
Bye. Holy hell, dude.
Of a Rockstar Energy Drink Supra to come across the line.
Golly gee, dude. That's got to be so frustrating.
It was sick to see that initiation. Look at that. That's beautiful.
I mean, that's 2 second-place finishes for Olsen. That's solid.
Simon Olsen doing his best to follow that. Is it a followable initiation?
Who ran round 1? Was it Osbo too?
Dean.
Dean. Oh.
This is getting hairy here right now. Just talking
Dean,
about
Olsen second, Odie third. Right? Long Beach? Yeah.
So that puts
Oh, look at this. Look at that.
Olsen probably tied for first.
30 for Osbo.
Or close?
Close.
It's gonna be like
Close.
a 2
Yeah,
point
Osbo
difference.
was out earlier.
I like this music, dude.
Dude, Osbo's car's so fast. That was crazy. How did he not, like, in the chase, how did he not? Oh, it's going to go one more time. Screen came up.
Yeah.
It's going to OMT.
Wow.
I like it.
Odie's going to have to put the crazy setup in
so
Olsen's
if they
car,
went
dude.
one more time, what do you think earned the one more time? Do you think he oversnapped on entry and it threw Olsen off?
I think Osbo played too safe in the chase against Olsen.
Too safe in the chase, and I think
When you know the graphics up, they're going one more time. If we had a winner,
we learned about that last round.
Yeah.
No, I think he was too aggressive on the entry, which didn't really give Olsen like a. But then again, he was doing that all night, right?
No, I don't think that mattered. He got rolled down the hill. Osbo's entry didn't really hold him up because he was 4 cars back.
Yeah, it just looks intense, dude.
It's not like Osbo bobbled. It's not like he
you're right,
made
you're
a
right.
steering correction. He drove through it. He knocked Interclip 1 over, but he everyone's been doing that all night. They don't really deem that big of a mistake. So
I think they just wanted to do it twice.
I mean,
it's too good.
So Osbo's probably gonna leave his car the same or put a little bit more in it, but I don't know how much more grip they might have. But Olsen,
at initiation at the inside clip 1, Frederick Osbo kind of center points the inside clip.
Oh, they are calling him on it.
That kind of gave a separation to Olsen.
Oh, he did center punch it.
Keep up with him.
But that.
And after that, he couldn't.
But think about it. That's that first thing that you see. That's you throw that.
He was
throws
already
you off
gapped.
that.
He was
But
already gapped by that
gapped,
point.
dude. I'm just saying that's why I saw
Going back
too.
and forth and looking at it, we thought one more time would probably be the best result.
Only because.
Essentially cutting the course there on that inside clip. That
I mean, I'm not
created that
complaining.
gap.
I'll watch him go again.
No, but only because could Olsen have had a better chase if he didn't fire off?
Yeah,
like
the
that,
gap
you know
was
what I
pulled
mean?
regardless. If Osbo
but
didn't hit the clip, he
not
still
by
would
the
have drove
first clip.
through.
Not by the first clip. They were almost the same length. And Olsen followed the, we'll just call it normal line, and Osbo cooked into the clip. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, like I said, if they call anything on Osbo, it would have been that maybe he was a little early to light off, but they came through the keyhole and they pulled down the hill, and Osbo pulled him 4 lengths anyways.
Yeah.
Even after the fact. But
anyway.
Well, here's the deal. Odie's cars, when Odie gets in a pinch and needs speed, I've seen him put enough grip in these cars to get like Odie's had the fastest drift car I've ever seen in my entire life for a long time on a few occasions, to where like I'm like, that's not even possible. So I'm sure that they're gonna put that setup in Simon's car for this battle.
Drive it.
That's the thing. When I see like at Irwindale, when I saw Odie like pull the bars and do all that at Irwindale, and how fast he is there when that happens, it's like, dude, no car's catching him at that point.
And with 150 mile an hour wheel speed too.
Yeah, just because they make 1,200 horsepower, but like, I don't know, dude. I still think that unless he gets Odie's setup, hey, there's me. Still made it in the commercial, dude. Odie will put the crazy setup in Olsen's car for this battle, and then they'll just see if it can hang.
I got a question for you. How much different do you think that next year is going to be, knowing that you don't have to like that you can have your car ready and like practice?
Dude, You've
never done that.
He'll still be putting it together last minute.
No, he won't.
No, I won't. No, I'll put it together.
I will kill you.
All
of your friends
we've never been able to
fucking
test.
murder you, bro.
We've never been able to test much.
That's what I mean. Like, think about that. Think about what if you like, oh, I have 2 months of testing I can do beforehand, like, or even just like, I don't know, just put 5 testing days under your belt. I don't think you ever had more than.
I've never had more than
shakedown.
One test day, maybe doing like 2 sets of tires.
How much of a difference does that make going into Long Beach?
I mean, it makes a difference for sure. Just because usually you don't drive that car in the off season much at all. So, well, you don't drive it during the season much at all, honestly. Like, on average, 20 laps a weekend, 8 times. So you don't really get a ton of seat time, but it's like.
So you're more excited for the Banana then, or to be able to keep that comfortability? Or
I mean, I'm only driving the Banana this year. The Pro car is going to I'll finish refreshing it. All the panels are at paint and everything's still in the works, and I'll do the upgrades. And mid-season, when I'm home, we'll probably take it out for a day and do some stuff, maybe a couple times throughout the year. But I'm not going to take it to any events, really.
Yeah,
like
but
public events. I'll do test days.
Come, say, 2 months before FD, you're going to or a month before FD.
Yeah.
Long Beach, you'll whip her out and go do some test days.
Yeah.
Gives you a chance to work out any issues that may arise early at Long Beach.
Yeah, exactly.
And just to get familiar with it again.
I also have that thought, though. I'm like, what if you test a bunch and then a failure arises at the first event, and you're like, damn, if I just like rolled the car, it would have lasted till at least mid-year without breaking. I'm just like devil's advocating here. You never know.
No, you're not. You're being a pessimist.
He's really good at it.
Do you think Odie will ever switch chassis? No. He's tried. He's changed to a couple cars. He had the Genesis, and he had Essa did the Camaro, but he had the Genesis. So he changed cars at one point, but he's too locked into the S chassis stuff, and it doesn't really matter. He doesn't have an OE behind him, so he doesn't really need to change to a newer car.
The team is reattaching a wire. I was trying to basically ear hustle and listen to what was going on and what they were talking about. But there's a wire that's come loose, and so Odie Bakchis is in the front, and there's a team member under the car. You can see all hands are on deck. Simon is in the car, and again, I think I heard it was an alternator wire.
Hey, you need that.
That's critical. And talking to,
what kit would you use for the Banana? What do you mean, what kit? Body kit or like?
So
what are we talking here?
They're about at 5-6 minutes, about a minute left on a turnaround. And Olsen does not have a competition timeout.
Okay.
Because he used it.
Oof.
So
that's
this
so
is
lame.
hypercritical. This would be such a crazy way to lose.
It is possible. I mean, depending on the battery system they have in there, it is possible to get 2 runs done without any delay. It would be tight. It'd be very tight. I don't know if they've got a jumper box already on it.
Yeah, right, dude. I would not want that thing shutting off on me as I'm 100 miles an hour entering into turn 1.
I mean, it'll just start sputtering. You'll start just dropping cylinders. You might as well try at that point. body kit. It's going to be just some overs, factory side skirts with a little splitter, M3 front bumper with just a lip on it. It's just going to be kind of OEM plus with some wide body.
Yeah, Travis, we got your wallet up here, buddy. So if you know Travis Brigman, come on up here. We got your wallet. See my man up here in the tower with the red shirt. He's got your wallet. So Travis Brigman. So time is ticking down here. Kevin.
Kevin's up there.
See Kevin there, our official, looks like.
Yeah, wheels
okay,
on
boom.
that guy.
There you go.
All right, cool.
Wheels are on. I'd love to see him run. You know, just give him that beat. That's the right thing to do. And again, turn around 7 minutes.
What does FD do in that situation? What do you think?
Kevin lets him fix it unless it's something that really needs to take time. And Osbo would want him to fix it.
Yeah, the show's more important. But if it's going to take a 30-minute thing, then
well, I get that.
Might
I get that.
Not, but
all right.
That's cool though.
Norway representing. We are
Didn't we lose the alternator once when it shut off? Like the clip came undone?
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah.
Yep. It's a thing.
Again,
but the connector broke though.
Run this at 11.
I remember
Here
that.
We are at 12 local time, 10:30. What a day!
This is always the hardest part of the show because you're like waiting. This is the only downside to the end of a competitive like drift event.
Why? What do you mean?
Because you're in limbo and the show stops.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like
you can't run another battle while they're doing.
On the final battle.
Yeah, final or even the final
I think
four.
It's good. I think it's good for anticipation. I actually like it.
But even the final four, if someone's broken and taking fives and like
then you're waiting a lot.
all this kind of stuff, then it's like
slows it all
or
down.
If someone breaks and like oils down the track, like it just gets drug out even farther and farther. So it's kind of tough.
More incredible. You know, it's going to push Simon Olsen.
Did you ever check the overs from Autosport Plastics? I've seen Autosport Plastics actually, and they look pretty sick. My buddy Scotty's got some stuff in the works with them. But that stuff looks pretty dope. It's like thermoform plastic stuff. But I'm gonna have the auto handler kit on the E36. They're local to me, so they hooked it up. So I'll have those fenders on there this year.
Any indication of what's going to happen? You're going to want to follow the whole season.
All right, here we go, boys.
Orlando, E-Town. It will be Simon Olsen will lead. Frederick Osbo will give chase due to their qualifying. So Simon Olsen leading once again in this one more time battle. So Osbo chasing him down. Simon Olsen, field suspension.
I can hear Olsen's blower whining from here.
He's got. Lights are on. Let's send it. Olsen out front. Osbo chasing him down. Olsen with a little slow trickle there. Let's see the single.
Wow.
Holy
shit. In his butthole, dude. In there. Oh, a little bobble.
Osbo bobble.
Some wavering. Going to the first outside zone. Getting to the second there. Simon's like, all right.
Oh, no.
Car shut off. Done.
Olsen goes left.
Car shut off, dude.
Yep.
Not enough battery.
That'll be for sure to complete a
Son of a bitch, dude.
Told you it's just gonna start sputtering and go buh, 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 buh.
That stinking wire, man. I tell you.
You're right, Travis.
Damn.
You were
What a turn of events.
Doesn't happen often, but I was right that time.
And there we are, Papadakis team, Castro, James Dean looking on, Sean Hillier. Wow.
Damn, that sucks, dude, in the finals.
Shout out to Parker Jet Dienda. I know he's watching. Friends around the globe.
Can we get some real thoughts on SR20s and how they stink? Yes, KAT over every turbo four-cylinder ever made, dude.
Osbo, top of the hill. What a bummer.
KTs, EcoBoost.
Worked with Olsen and his team in years, and you've
EcoBoost.
now since removed yourself. So you've seen the growth of Olsen. You see the eyes. You see the look.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, that does
That is
suck.
not a good way to lose a battle. Especially with the bobble behind you, too. Like, he's going to look at that and go, that was my chance, bro.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Like,
there is a chance of another battle, but
that's second place for him twice in a row.
so close.
Like, he's probably leading points.
Simon Olsen's potential maiden win, but at the end of the day, your car's got to get across the line. You've got to finish first. You have to finish. And as we see the tow truck come out without
D-cell lights took all the battery.
Gonna be it.
Yeah, see Kevin, dude.
I mean,
K24s are hard, Benny, because they don't make any torque, and in drifting, torque is so important.
Yeah.
So like the K series stuff can't handle if you put a setup to them to make torque, they fail, and they don't make enough torque on their own to be good, in my opinion, for drift cars.
And think about this here. Here's just that gremlin.
I've seen a lot of K series swapped like S chassis and other drift cars have engine failures.
Shoots out. Let's look at it again here. Shuts it down, exiting that keyhole.
Simon Olsen looked like he was on a heater there. Very smooth in that transition. It almost throws Frederick Osbo off as they come
Oh, that's a
that
big
first outside
bobble.
Zone. Simon getting in nice and deep, just flirting with the rumble strips. We start to see a bit of hesitation after that first outside
yeah,
zone.
that sucks,
and then
dude.
right there, that's it. I don't know if it was a power cut or what it was, but either way, that car shut down.
Yeah, headlights
Osbo
were off.
finishes the track to victory. And that, as we said, is probably going to be it for Simon Olsen. Really rough way to go. It looked like a great run, and we already saw a big mistake there from Frederick Osbo in the chase. So it was a huge opportunity that, it went up in smoke. That's it. At the end of the day, that maiden win for Simon Olsen goes up in smoke, and he's got to try again in a couple of weeks. The Bakshi's camp's got some work to do on 2 cars, it seems.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing seems just like a simple wiring issue, though.
Yeah.
Hey, Osbo stoked. You don't want to win this way, but here he is. Undefeated 5-0. Now goes to unofficially 6-0. He doesn't have a timeout. Oh, jeez. Oh boy. Looks like it slipped.
What a shot.
Yeah, it's just
Listen, now you got to wait for them to get the car off track so Osbo can do it.
Yeah, he's got to do 1 lap, but
Osbo was up until that
it's
point, he was
over, man.
Olsen had a good lead run.
I'm really liking this whole Jacob and Jared combo, though.
I think it works well.
Yeah.
Not that I hated, I didn't not like Ryan, but I think Jacob holds definitely a different perspective.
Yeah, I like it.
And he's very,
absolutely.
very knowledgeable on a lot of things. It's cool to.
He's kind of like the Nardwar of drifting, dude.
The Nardwar? What's a Nardwar?
Is it Nardwar? Isn't that dude that... Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Nardwar the dude that like finds all this like unknown things on like rappers and celebrities and then interviews them and says those things to them and they're like, whoa, how'd you know that? He's kind of the same thing. He
like a sleuth.
Yeah, he's asked me some questions about things that I'm like, how do you even know that? And he's like, man, I just stalked your Facebook back to like 2012.
Just dig deep.
I'm like, looks like I'm deleting everything from 17 back.
Sorry, bro. I'm not calling you as an Uber right now.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Oh, gutted for Olsen. What an amazing run. Make some noise for Simon Olsen and Frederick Osbo, our finals.
That was a good event, though.
Round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship.
Still mad I'm here, not there, but
battle.
whatever.
I'm mad you're here and not there.
Yeah,
too.
Next year, it's okay.
To Saturday night. And we're going to do it all again 6 more times.
Yes, that is a lot of Nardwar.
Yeah, see,
right.
Yeah, I was right.
Again,
Doesn't have enough. Doesn't have enough.
Fancy words over here.
I couldn't. I was like, it's such a weird name.
3-time champion.
Damn, dude.
5th in long
Good for Osbo, man.
Yeah. By getting this victory.
Dude drives good. You know they have like they have like sports therapists. Like a lot of these guys, like they have dudes that literally like try to get their mental game right.
Jesus.
Oh, hatch opened. 0, dude.
Chelsea
he
be
lost.
pissed, dude.
No hatches opening.
Going the wrong way. Are you even allowed to do that?
Yeah.
That's the old way. That's how they used to run it until
Yeah, I
they started
know.
making too much power.
That's it. That's it. There it is. Congratulations to Frederick Osbo.
Damn, dude.
He
Sick.
gets the victory and some smoke-filled, super-filled
Track is so
donuts.
good.
Wow.
So good.
Wow.
So he doesn't have to finish the run. Cool. Got it.
No, he doesn't. He's just parking up there for the podium.
21 years we came here, and just the progression from 5 years in 09, 10 years. There
Yeah,
it is.
so
Look at that.
Atlanta was the
Taking a bow
first track purpose built paved for FD.
2004.
Yeah, so like the keyhole right here was paved. The keyhole was paved for Formula Drift in 2004 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah, like it's specifically made for them, and it's the only. I think it's the only track that they've been there every single year.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Since FD started.
Yep.
Right here, Jacob Gens, he's going to go head over, get set up for the podcast, the press conference. Norway wins.
Is that really what that's what they're doing with the podcast? They're doing it. Can I ask a serious question? Why is the
unserious unserious questions only?
Sorry, I just don't. I want to preface it by saying I'm not hating, but okay.
Sorry, Jimmy Dean's doing a burnout, dude, with his sausage. Let his sausage hang out, doing a burnout. Jimmy Dean.
And there is James Dean joining him down there in the
I feel like they have all of this really great equipment to do these live streams. Why are the podcasts so like? Why are they using like just like not the highest quality equipment when they're doing interviews?
Just Jacob's stuff.
Is it
for what, the podcast?
Yeah,
it's
for
on
the,
it
for the FD podcast.
It's on.
Did they
FD's
contract him
channel.
out though?
I think so. Yeah, because he started doing it, and I think he brought the idea up to them. They're like, "Yeah, go for it," and it kind of took off. So I think it's just him. It's his equipment. I don't think it's.
It just seems silly why they wouldn't use like a. I don't know. I just noticed like sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, okay.
Well, I mean, you got all.
I'm not saying about that. The live stream sound, like them talking on the live stream, sounds way clearer. Like the noise canceling.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Well, think
like,
about
why don't
having
they
to
use that. With
think about this though. Think about having to do these podcasts with all these drivers that live in other parts of the country.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the live ones they do after the show.
Oh, I haven't watched those.
I know. I understand. You're sending. I get that.
I thought you were talking about just
no.
like his normal.
They'll grab this stuff and they'll use like a headset that doesn't with I don't know. It's just not as high quality as I feel like it should be for what they're doing.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I'm sure he's fighting it too.
If I haven't watched it, I'll watch it later.
Yeah.
But I know, like when I did a podcast with him, he sent me the a mic and headset and everything to like set up at my house so that it was at least the best quality they could provide.
Yeah.
And that was like in the budget for that. So.
Man, I feel like I don't know if it's just my opinion on it or me looking at it that way, but I feel like they just need to freaking go all in with that. Like it could be a really, really cool.
Yeah, I think it's a good another avenue for him.
Yeah.
Like even if it's not. I understand people are busy, but fly people out, get them in person, do an in-person like thing, and make it part of like your FD contract or something where. Like when you go, you have to do one podcast a year, and you schedule that after, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of like being forced to do interviews after the event, whether you win or lose, because in like they do that in F1, they do that in NASCAR, a lot of these professional motorsports, like you don't have the chance to bow out of the media if you have a bad day. Like an FD, like, dude, what the thumbs up is working because it's on your laptop.
Yeah,
that's wild. Like if you have a shit event, you can just go hide in your trailer and not talk to anybody, and that's it. They don't force you to do any interviews or like speak your mind. But I would rather them come up to me like, hey, Travis, why'd you suck today? Tell me about your frustration.
Yeah.
And then it would deliver way more for the fans at the end of the day because, dude, you freaking ripped the thing out. It would give a lot of the like, even if people were in the wrong or like a little spicy, it would just create something for fans to talk about and engage with that isn't just like the happiness, like the social media aspect where people only post the positives, right? So like, if FD forced people like, yeah, you just lost, you're pissed. By the way, you cannot go back to your trailer. We will fine you unless you do this interview with us.
Yeah, dude.
Like, tell us why you're mad. Express your feelings. Tell us what happened this weekend. Let all of these other people here know that you are human and there is downsides to this sport and it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Like force. I would be okay if FD was like, hey, you have like. To drive this series, you have to sign this contract, and this is what is required. I'd be like, yeah, cool, no problem.
I think everybody should have the same interest of wanting to build up the sport as well. And there's not just like that is a massive part of keeping people engaged is building these like it's like I look at this like kind of like boxing, right? So like before a match, a boxing match, you got to build up this match. You got to build up that excitement. People need to be able to see who you are and have a conversation with you outside of your freaking race car. And in the live Lorette interviews in the cars are phenomenal.
Yeah.
But there needs to be a second aspect outside of the car that goes, okay, we all took showers. We're chilling now. We're coming out. We're going to have a media time. We're going to talk. We're going to get interviewed by all of these
tough
private
questions. You know, what went wrong, all this. Yeah.
They find
fans
the
better
F1 dudes so much money if they don't do the required media stuff.
I don't think you'd have to find, like, I think everybody would be in for that, though. You know what I mean?
Not necessarily.
Why? Like, I think it just provides, like, if you have that, I get if you were getting asked shit-ass questions or put on the spot in front of people.
Don't suck, then.
Yeah.
Like,
but
yeah, but people don't like to be seen like in a negative light too. And if they come off like a bad guy, if they're like all like, you know, pissed off for the event, like they want to be able to like calculate what they're gonna say, which is whatever. I understand that side of it, but like look at how much I was looking at this in the chat, but like look how much like positive feedback FD got when the whole like Chelsea and Stuke thing happened. Yeah, like was like Chelsea super pissed off and possibly maybe went a little too far in the situation.
Sure.
Like,
Just
yeah,
maybe
but like
a little bit.
also he spoke his mind and he was 100% authentic about it.
Yep.
And in the situation, and he didn't give a shit, and everyone was like, whoa, like that's dope. And they, regardless of what you thought of the overall situation, you have to like respect the fact that someone was like themselves in the moment.
And
it just helps the personalities of the drivers in the series.
It was done in the paddock after that. Like, it got carried out so much longer on the internet. Like, the next event, next drivers meeting, like, dude, it was gone. Everyone was making fun of Chelsea because he's on probation. Like, he's your ankle band, but it's like,
I just think that there's if we look at FD, right, I was literally thinking about, and maybe I'm a little bit of a drama chaser when it's a sense where like I like that shit. I like the heated up, like I don't want people fighting, but like I also understand like it's competition. I like the competition. And I feel like FD is a marketing company at that, right? FD is marketing.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. We all love drifting.
Yeah.
But it's a display of all this, you know?
So I mean, drama sells, dude. That's just how it is.
Even if it's not just drama too, but like ask some hard questions. Ask something like, dude, are you disappointed in yourself right now for you know, looking at going up to old Simon and being like, was that hard for you to swallow? You know, and just like you two looking at me right now, he'd be like, what do I say? You know, like how do I, like that's some
no
raw
shit, dickhead. Obviously, like I wanted to win this event. Dude.
Fuck you. Then tell the people. You know, that's all he's got to say. It's not a stupid question. Some people would say, you know what, man, you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. And some people would say, you know what, dude, this is like the third event that's happened. Like we got to figure some shit out. You know, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that.
It shows the ups and downs of the sport or of any motorsport.
For sure.
Like you usually always see when people win, they get the interviews. You know, not when you lose 90% of the time, right?
Yeah. I mean, NASCAR does do a good job of that. Like I've seen more pissed off NASCAR driver interviews than I have seen stoked NASCAR driver interviews.
Yeah.
NASCAR's
so like
just the best, dude. I don't care what people say.
It really
so
is,
good,
dude. It really is. Because like those dudes will just straight up, they don't care about the cameras. If they're pissed off, they'll just walk up and punch next dude in the face.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm just like,
yeah,
tight,
somebody
bro.
said that's why a lot of people like Chelsea, because he's just being himself compared to other robot-like drivers. I think the difference between Chelsea and most drivers is Chelsea has what we were talking about earlier. He doesn't give a shit if people like him or hate him, and he just wants to win and have fun. And there is so many people, I mean, drivers that care about their view or how people see them in a light.
Yeah.
I think you're one of those people. You really want to make sure that people love you, and you hide things from people, not bad things, but you are definitely you hold back a lot.
Yeah. I'll definitely talk to so doing these podcasts and this kind of stuff with you has opened me up a lot more, because I was a lot more conservative
100%.
with a lot of that shit. But nowadays, like, the more I do this stuff, the more
you see that people respect that shit.
Well,
and they also like
that, and I'm just like chatting with the bros here versus having a camera in my face with, like, you know, thousands of people just staring at me. Like I feel some sort of pressure at an event to be professional.
Sure, I get that.
And like I get that, but like here, like it's much easier for me to just sit and talk shit with the boys and whatever.
And I also don't mean talking shit either. I think that you take on that rightfully so, bro. When we first met, or when we first got into this space, and I would throw a camera in your face, you were the most awkward individual.
Get me out of here! I'm
Get me
running.
away from it, right?
It's even
and now you've had so much time to develop this kind of thick skin of, oh, this is normal. Yeah. I could have put my professional suit on, and now I think the transition is okay. I'm professional. I know how to where the line draws of where things I can and can't say. Now it's like let that. And I actually saw this a lot last year in your interviews, which were really good. Your personality comes out a little bit more. The Travis comes out a little bit more, and not just this like. And now I think the next step past that is like. These interview style stuff where we get a little bit more open and honest about things behind the scenes, because there's so much that is, you know.
I need to post more of this stuff because like it seems like people enjoy this.
No one does it, bro.
Yeah, I know. But like all of our clips and stuff that Austin always does for me, because I hate doing social media, but he always clips stuff and it always seems to react good with all of like you know, homies on the internet,
because it's
enjoy
real
listening to
honest.
it. I guess
exactly, it's a conversation we'd have in the freaking trailer after an event.
Yeah,
it sucks. It's not easy. It's hard.
Yeah,
like it. You know,
no, cameras are really like I don't know. They make you like freeze up if you're not someone that like adapts to that. Kind of stuff.
My hands right now,
dude. Legitimately, that bro. I go back and I see interviews.
Not Ron Burgundy. Who was that? That's Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Same guy. Same actor.
Will Ferrell. I look back at like interviews that I did in like Pro 2 or even like 2019 with Napoleon when I was doing the electric car stuff, and we had a lot of like push on us because it was like the new thing, because we had like a lot of hype with that car. Like those interviews are so cringe, dude. I sit there and I just like die of cringe. I like look at that and I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to watch this.
It's
like,
hard. It's hard to watch those moments when you're like first learning and you're going through that growing phase. I did the same thing. I looked at my.
I'm just like talking about stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Yeah,
you did. You looked like a baby. You look like a 19-year-old. Like I went back and looked at the pictures of you and it was an event when you went against Matt Van Kirk in the finals of Pro-Am, and we were probably like 22. 23, and just looking at those, I'm like, oh my gosh, dude.
There's photos of me, you, and Logan at Evergreen, like, so and Jake, bad, like, bro. Looking different. Also, if I shave my face, I lose 20 years.
For sure.
Austin said Dad's ready for bed, dude. He's dozing off.
I'm tired.
He's super tired, dude. He's doing dad things all day. He mowed the lawn. Work, yeah, he mowed the lawn like 4 times, dude.
I gotta cut it again tomorrow. It's so bad.
Was lawn mowed every day?
It was, yeah. So it's all, there's a bunch of, you know,
we had that freaking rain spell, bro.
Yeah, we got like 5 inches up at the house over the week. So just, and then you got sun breaks in between. So it's just like, here you go, have fun cutting a foot tall grass.
What are you driving? What are you trying to drive?
What am I trying? I have a rally car.
You have a rally car? Is that's your jam?
That's my jam.
Nice. I've never done that. It sounds like so much fun though.
It's very fun.
I need to go to Dirtfish, dude. We need to do a Dirtfish day. Maybe we can get them to like sponsor an episode of the Travis Reeder podcast.
That'd be tough, I think.
Yeah,
that would be very tough.
But
we go close a road up in the mountains, and I set up the Can-Am, and then Matt brings the rally car and the recce car, and then we just go like drive stuff in the woods fast for fun.
Have you ever drove a rally car?
No.
Dude, I want to try it so bad.
I mean, the side by side difference.
The side by side
way more than what I have.
The whole understeer thing is like, I just want to experience that, and I've never throttled out of an all-wheel drive car, like only rear-wheel drive. So I don't have that feeling of what it feels like to throttle out of a corner.
And that's gonna come down to power-wise. Like I just have a little NA Subaru, so like it won't power out of understeer that well. You have to carry a lot more speed than it, and I don't have fancy diffs. So, but say you have a turbo car with a nice front diff, and you can pull out of that stuff really easy.
So your momentum.
I have to carry a lot more speed. Yeah.
It sounds like fun.
Dad hit a tree last year, dude.
No,
2 years.
2 years ago, Dad hit a tree.
Oh,
my daughter made a comment about it on the live stream.
Did she? Was it bad?
I mean, It was pretty bad. Took the whole rocker out and the door, and I fixed it. But
wow,
It wasn't like bad enough to be like, ooh, I almost died, but it was like I hit a tree, and you're like, damn it, I hit a tree.
It did its work. It hit a culvert at
Dude, you know what I
60
found at
and
my
then
dad's
shot into
house
the trees.
earlier? I found my second place trophy from when we competed at Medford before you in the pro-am.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Was that the weekend it snowed?
Yes. Yeah.
Dude,
I found it and I was like,
in the first E36 I ever had.
Yeah.
Did I have it after you or before you?
I had it. So I bought it from Kevin.
Yeah, and then I bought it from you.
And then you bought it
and then
from
it went to Jake.
Yeah, you bought it from me when I moved to Bend.
Yeah.
See, if you spot, I think you'll pick up stuff just fine because you've drifted before, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I never have. I
Me and
don't.
Austin started drifting together, dude.
I don't. Yeah, never have.
Yeah, it's fun, dude.
Yeah,
It's
I think
really
you'd pick
fun.
it up just fine.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I also like I look at it from a spectator's perspective now, not necessarily like if I was trying to analyze every corner or whatever.
Honestly,
like,
the
it'd be totally
information that he needs is minimal. Like,
yeah,
too much information isn't a good thing.
Yeah,
you know.
Live stream for Orlando. I should be able to. Yeah, we should be able to do this for Orlando because I think that's the weekend right before I leave for Good Life. So we should be able to do a live stream for Orlando, and then the ones after that, because I think it's Jersey after that. They might be tricky because I might be on the East Coast somewhere. So Austin might have to fly out and do some mobile studio stuff for funsies.
Dude, we could do that. That'd be fun. That'd be good.
FD podcast. Watch party live stream.
Where would we do it?
Somewhere in, I don't know, like somewhere in the middle of nowhere, like Kentucky. Or
Well, I
something,
just got
on
a
the side
bunch
the
of
road.
mobile mics too, by the way, or like different mics. They're
Yeah.
just like these, but they're just Bluetooth style, so
Yeah.
we can attach them to that thing. Yeah. Anyway, this is stupid, pointless for saying, but we could totally do that. So I don't have to bring all this, just a few things and a couple cameras.
As long as you keep it
I'm down.
going.
Yeah.
People like it.
Yeah, I want to do it for every round. Most of them shouldn't overlap, but if they do overlap, I want to try to figure out how to do it.
Dude, I feel like you should do.
in the meantime.
Is there any are Grid Life events? Is there any type of competition at all, or is it just open?
Only in for the drifting stuff, just for funsies. But they have like Time Attack and GLTC, which is like a touring cup kind of.
So drifting
race
is
and-
just for fundies. It's just an open drift.
Yeah.
Like
But-
full track.
But full track hot lapping at like
it's
very
a
big road
space-
courses.
Space filler and for
Yeah. Super
Oh,
fun.
in between road racing.
in between road racing and
Got it.
actual event.
How
Time
long?
Attack.
How long are the space fillers? Do you know?
They're like 15, 20-minute sessions.
Yeah, they're
There's usually
not.
like 3 or 4 a day.
So it's really
Nice.
not.
There's plenty of time in between to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
Okay.
you have to come out and hold a camera for me and walk around anyways.
Okay. Okay.
Is that going to be your media guy?
I mean, I think it's what he wants.
I mean,
don't
you got
think
an
trust
RV, right?
Anybody else at this point?
You got an RV, right?
You paying for my gas? You know how much it cost me
Not
to go
that
to Cali,
not
bro?
that thing.
It was freaking just to get there, bro. Gas was $7 a gallon.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is America. We need to figure this out, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty trash.
Let's just scream. What was it? What is it? What's the saying they do? Go Brandon. Let's go Brandon. That's what I was gonna say. Sorry,
Dude, you cannot make this political.
$7 a gallon?
Yeah,
This
no,
is
that
not
sucks.
political?
That sucks ass,
It
dude.
ain't going to get much better. I don't
We're,
Anyway.
we're screwed no matter what.
Yeah.
We're screwed no matter what.
Sorry, I
dude.
just felt like saying
Whole
let's
world's
go
gonna
Brandon
implode.
because I thought it was like a NASCAR thing. It's cool, right?
AI is going to take over the world, and it's going to be the end of civilization. as we
Anyway,
know it.
it was super expensive, bro. It was like $1,200
Yeah.
in gas to get down there. But you're a moving truck, a house. So
It would
was
have
cool.
been more than that to fly your whole family down there, though.
No, it would have been more. The cost to buy the RV, drive down there, and go to Disneyland. We spent 8 days there. It was cheaper than it would have been for us to fly, get a hotel, and go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
For 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cheaper to fly there, get a hotel, fly back. Yeah.
It was way more expensive.
Oh, it was cheaper for you to drive the RV down?
And no, it was cheaper for me to buy an RV. I bought an RV,
Oh,
drove
yeah,
down.
Okay.
I think we spent. It ended up being around like $7,000 with it, $7 or $8,000 with everything.
Yeah.
like with the trip, with the cost to stay there. And
yeah, but you're like taking like 2 munchkins and, you know.
So again, what I'm saying is like flying to Disneyland, like the hotel's just a night. It's like if I were to stay at like the Grand Californian or somewhere like in there, it's like $600 a night.
Yeah.
Cheap
Stupid.
end. Like the cheapest room you find is like $600 a night.
Yeah, that's dumb, dude.
So
I put these guys in the Motel 6 for $89.99, dude. They'd be bed bugging their way to the track.
Got a bed, it doesn't matter.
I'm just kidding. I wasn't that bad,
but that would be fun. I mean, I'm down to do something like that.
Don't look at me like that, dude.
No,
we only stayed in like 1 or 2 sketchy hotels.
Last year we actually did more things. Like,
yeah,
you know, last year wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
Do you think we could set up a podcast studio in your trailer?
Probably.
Like without the car in there?
Yeah, probably.
That's what we should do then.
Just do it in the car.
We could do it in the car. Bro, I have the best podcast idea.
Your eyes right there.
No, listen to me. Listen to me. Okay. This is the next thing. Anybody listening to this, no, you guys won't do it anyway. I don't believe that you will. But, okay, a bunk beds, top bunk, bottom bunk, right? The space is filled with like 90s era, like you got a SpongeBob comforter on the top, and then a Batman comforter on the bottom. You got 2 adult dudes laying on one on the top bunk, one on the bottom bunk, and you got a camera facing up on each end and then at you, and we do like an interview about like nostalgia shit, okay? Or you just do a podcast like that. But could you think of a podcast that would not be more engaging than somebody's dudes, just old dudes, right? Just laying there like.
Why not race car beds?
Could be race car beds. Could be whatever.
A blue one and a red one.
But it sounded like a really cool, different.
Do you got a name for it?
I don't. I haven't thought of a name yet.
Nothing catchy.
Nope. But anyway, that might be a fun thing I might try and expand on here in the near future. Might be a comedy-based podcast, though.
Why don't you do
like something like Between the Ferns, like that one?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Why don't
like
you
less serious, where it's like more like you're fucking around.
Yeah.
Why don't you build bunk beds in here and do like the like?
Because I'm branded now. I can't change this stuff now.
Yeah, but you could do like a blanket fort in here.
It's like a pillow fort,
have
bro.
Have your kids come build a fort.
Couch cushions. Walls. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you can do a fort
You're just
in
like
here.
sitting in the little corner like, hey, dude. I think it'd be fun. No. I don't know. I got really excited about
Detox
that.
said doing a podcast in a trailer, Good Life Midwest will be hot and sweaty and humid. And
Yeah, it would suck.
But
I'm trying to put 6 AC units on the top of my trailer, have an industrial generator because I hate being hot. I need at least 2 more. The one doesn't cut it.
If you help him out next year, just make sure the curtains are down, because if the curtains are up and the AC is on, he gets super angry.
You're letting the cold out.
Listen.
So
I only have so much cold.
But you need to go in and out with
I'm
parts.
there for 2 things. To watch
Yeah, but you guys
and
straight take the
observe race
curtains
cars, and for moral support.
Okay.
That's what I'm there for. And to help you create content. That's what I'm there for.
Oh, Austin says you don't remember the Frozen and Toy Story beds at the Airbnb? Where was that one? Was that Irwindale?
Toy Story beds would be perfect.
Was that Irwindale? That was Irwindale, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frozen and Toy Story beds.
Yeah.
That was good, dude.
Irwindale?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, dude. It's it's
gotta go.
before 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m.
8 o'clock right now.
Dude, it's still night. It's still
We're
sunny
so
out.
early. It's sunny out.
Yeah.
Dude,
You're gonna
sick.
go get a nap before you got to wake up and see the aurora again tonight.
Yep.
The aurora was borealis last night.
Yeah, it's doing it again tonight.
Is it?
Yes.
Damn. Those auroras be borealis sometimes.
Do you know what like the biggest flaw to my podcast was the first like 30 episodes? Knowing how to end it.
Just turn it off.
Okay. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I appreciate you all being here. Tell all your friends to come hang out with us next time. The bigger we can grow this, the better. Obviously, I love doing it. Thank you for all your input. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks, Dad, for coming.
Thanks for having
I
me.
appreciate
Are you
you.
gonna come next time if he's here?
If he wants me to.
You should.
Dad's always welcome.
I'll sit here and look weird. It's
Thanks,
okay.
Austin, as usual, for letting
I'm
me
only
use
here
your
because
studio.
because it's the space.
'Cause you
That's
know
the
how to
only-
work the
You just
things.
using me. Yeah.
I'm just using Austin for the space. I actually don't like him. He's
This
not
is
my
true.
friend.
We're not
I
friends.
just show up here. I have a key somehow. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. And goodbye.
Later.